Would LeBron James's career be different if he chose to, or had been forced to, under the rules of today, go to college?
I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Ask me about my winner.
We're going streaking!
Doga, doga.
What, like it's hard?
How do you like them apples? My boy's wicked smart.
Would there still be a Cleveland championship drought? Would there have been a television special? Game 4, Bucks and Celtics about to get underway. Antetokounmpo, Mirotic, Lopez, Middleton, Bledsoe for the Bucks.
Wow, that's really fast.
I mean, we got to get it going here. There's no pregame tonight. What's up, Jasmyn? How are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
Wilson, good to see you.
Yes, good to be back with you, Carm. That's the last stream with you.
I completely forgot you weren't here last time. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I forgot.
This early start time.
I don't like that I was forgotten about. I don't even want to address the fact that I
We
wasn't here
figured
last
we
time.
we just kind of gloss over it, and maybe it would feel like you were here.
The game has just started, so we are right into it here, team. Bucks won the tip. Chris Middleton with the ball left baseline. This is a must-win game for the Boston Celtics, everybody. We all know this, but I just want to get it out there. Must-win game as Nico Mirotic bangs home a 20-footer, and the Bucks with the early 2-0 lead. Who likes the Boston Celtics tonight? I do.
I don't.
I also am taking the Celtics tonight.
I guess I'm riding Lone Wolf then.
Reverse layup, Kyrie missed it. Gets his own rebound, fadeaway shot is good. 2-2. Way to go, Kyrie. Come out aggressive.
If you lose, you go down 3-1. You're at home. All the ingredients are there for the Celtics to pull one out. So if they don't tonight, then the series is over.
Right, but listen, let's go back to Game 3. The Celtics were in control of that game in the first half, and then they weren't. Giannis is fouled down low as the Celtics got caught in a switch. Kyrie had him, and Kyrie has foul number 1, 2 free throws coming for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Cheers to everybody out there having a little tea tonight.
We appreciate y'all.
Just want to have a little freshness to the voice. 22 free throws for Giannis in game number 3.
Yeah.
He's already at the free throw line now. You cannot have. This is what I would do if I was Boston. I said this after game 3 on the old Instagram. Follow the Carm23 on Instagram. Amazing follow. I know you guys.
Why 23?
Why do you think? Why did you bait him into that question?
Jeffrey
Come on.
Jordan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But you listen. Let Giannis, if I'm Boston, make a decision. If you want to let Giannis go for 50 and cover everybody else and not get in foul trouble, I think that's a fine plan. But to let him get everybody else going and get in foul trouble, that's not going to work. Not easy to do, but I would play Giannis straight up. And I would try not to foul him. And if he has a huge night, great. But I can't let Middleton and Hill and Bledsoe and Mirotic and Lopez get going. That's how I would do it.
And Pat Connaughton?
Pat Connaughton, man.
Connaughton also produced off the bench for Milwaukee, playing in Boston, which is where he's from, did not know that, which explains why he went off in the first game in front of all his friends and family.
Right.
That must be like the coolest feeling ever, by the way, being able to play
definitely.
in Boston.
Like I remember when I was playing basketball
I was about to say,
middle school,
where is this going?
Like if one friend showed up to the game more than normal, I was like, oh, I have to play really well for that one friend.
Did you play well, though?
I remember one
others?
specific game where I played really well, so at least once.
What's really well, though?
Jason Tatum, hold on, stripped in the lane. Bucks run out. Bledsoe gets a layup. Continue, and I want to hear you really well. As the Celtics throw it away again.
Like 15
not a good
points,
look.
a handful of rebounds, and a couple blocks.
Okay.
That's really well.
That's a good line. I'm impressed.
Yeah, for middle school, where you're only scoring like 40 team points a game.
What year in
like
middle
that.
school, though? What age?
Wow. Really looking for details.
I need to know,
I don't remember exactly, but I want to say probably toward 8th grade. Not
Okay.
Not the younger years.
Were you one of those kids that went through puberty in 6th grade? You were bigger than everyone. Is that why you put up 15? That would be my speculation. I don't see you being the youngest kid out there putting up 15.
Summer of 7th grade, I think, is when I went through puberty.
Wow.
Okay. We're getting real deep here.
Yeah, it's in very detailed, very early in the
Well,
stream,
you tell me 15 in middle school. I got to break it down on the maturity level, Jasmyn. And clearly, he's going through puberty in 7th grade. He was ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I mean,
sure. Right. I mean, Carm over here.
When did you go through puberty,
Sophomore year of high school.
Oh my God!
Oh, wow. I know. Thank you.
The struggle is real.
Thank you.
Jesus.
The struggle is real. It was damn straight. It was 7-5 Milwaukee. Giannis for 3, short rebound to the Celtics. All right, come on, Boston.
What kind of tea are you drinking there? Because I feel like it has caffeine in it.
Oh,
You've
yeah,
not
it
been
does.
this energetic all day.
Well, yeah, I've been saving it for this moment. Jaylen Brown down the lane with a lefty layup. We are knotted at 7. All right, Jaylen
Here we
Brown.
go. We got a game.
Jaylen Brown's been putting up some nasty dunks.
I know.
Nasty. The right baseline drive was
Disrespectful.
sweet. That was game 3. Nico for 3, around and out, rebound Jaylen Brown. By the way, I'm not like some Celtics fan, or I'm just rooting. I want to see 7 games in this series, and I also did predict the Celtics to beat the Bucks.
You're kind of stuck in that
cheers for me
predicament because you have to say that Celtics are going to win because you have them going to the finals.
Yeah,
so.
but if you told me that my life was dependent on it right now and I had to take a bet, I'll take Milwaukee.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I have them winning this game, and I have them winning in a not a close game. So.
Right.
I mean,
you think so? You think we're rolling towards a blowout here?
I think it's a good start right now. The fact that it's tied up, that's great. But I think I feel like at the half it's going to be close, and then midway through the third quarter they're just going to blow doors off of them.
That's what it's been this series so far. It's been mostly those third quarters make the difference.
Al Horford up top off to Tatum. Now Jaylen Brown thinks about the 3, doesn't shoot it, gets in the lane, floats up a short shot, hits it. Jaylen Brown.
That's the first ding of the night. We also want to shout out everyone for watching and tuning in. Leave us comments, ask us questions, whatever you want. Shout out to Cello it is, I think. Is that how you pronounce your username? He says, he or she, whoever it is, says Bucks and 6. Okay. I agree with that sentiment.
Oh, great move. Oh.
A little tussle to start. All right, here we go.
I just missed it.
Okay, Jaylen Brown he was about to fall out of bounds with the ball, throws it off of
Nico?
I can't remember who it was.
They're going to show us replay.
Here we go.
But they bounce back. And
so backdoor cut, Brown whips it off Nico's back. That's playoff basketball.
Yeah. It's a great
Anybody's
basketball
got a problem.
move.
Nico with the shoulder. Nico.
Again, that's nothing. Why are we making, come on.
That's a technical on Nico. Come on.
Okay, so you want to call it technical on that, but the whole elbow thing, you're like, no, he shouldn't get a flagrant foul for that.
Oh, they're going to the screen right now. That's sure a technical.
That's nothing. Compared to what we've seen in the playoffs so far, though.
Did you wait? Okay,
that's like nothing. That's like that's not a technical. Yeah, that's a warning.
No, you're right. I take it back.
Jaylen Brown definitely.
I
totally just like that. Boom, and then he was like, "Oh my God, let's make a scene." Yeah, that's what that was.
I totally take it back. He thought that Nico hipped him out of bounds, which he may have, and then Brown threw it off, and then Nico looked at him, and now Brown clapped at him, and then acted like Nico.
Jaylen Brown literally walks toward Nico.
They're going to double team both.
When he hits Nico, he bounces back.
What do we got? I mean, we're probably not going to.
I mean, this is some good playoff basketball. Game 4, we've seen each other too much. We don't like each other. I love how the officials just run over to Marv Albert and Chris
Why don't they run over to us and tell us what's going on?
Yeah, just hold up a sign like technical, double tech, flagrant. I think that's how it should be handled. Just signs.
I think we had no T's going on here. Looks like they just said play on.
Yeah, which is what it should have been. Just a warning. Let's play on. This is playoff basketball.
Good job, officials.
They're getting it right.
Backdoor Kyrie in the lane. Giannis is there, though. Can't get the shot off. Hands off to Horford. Back to Kyrie. Tatum thought about a 3. Pull up tough 17-footer is good. Jason Tatum.
Regular Jason Tatum right there.
I like it. I like it.
I think I like it because the mid-range game is a lost art. You've only got like a handful of dudes who are actually practicing that, thanks to Daryl Morey and the Houston Rockets. Everything's threes, or everything in the paint. So the fact that Jason Tatum is still honing his mid-range skills, I appreciate, because I love a mid-range game, and it's not something that young guys today are like, let me go practice on my mid-range. It's all 3-pointers and dunks and layups. That's it.
Right.
So I like it.
I mean, if you can be a threat from all over the floor, why wouldn't you want to be?
That's why guys like Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard are so successful, because they've been able to actually master mid-range.
Right.
Other dudes in the league haven't been able to do that.
So Giannis just drove down the lane, spun away from Tatum, who looked like he shouldn't have even been on the court. And then at the end, Marcus Morris reaches in, so he gets the layup +1. This is how you lose basketball games, just so you know.
That's true. And he's at the line again.
1 free throw coming for Giannis, and it is good. 11-10, Boston by 1.
It also doesn't help that he's very good at free throws. It'd be different if he was like a regular big dude who can't shoot from the line, but he's actually good at it. So,
how is he? He's not like above 80% though, is he?
He's not great, but him going to the line 22 times in Game 3 is not ideal, which is why Kyrie Irving said what he said, and he didn't get fined for that, which I thought was also
73% for the season. If he could get that even above 80, and he becomes a regular threat to get to the line, that's a whole nother layer of his game that is going to be real scary.
Yeah.
Well, just like the 3-point shot. If he adds
he's already
that,
terrifying.
The way this guy's playing all season long and now into the playoffs, minus the Game 1 slowdown, as Milwaukee wants to take time. Boston with a jump shot, 13-10. Marcus Morris Sr. banging one down. The way he's stepping up in this series, plus the first round series where they rolled over the Pistons.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyrie. Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Let me just rewind back because I was going to say best player in the game. You can make a strong argument, but I'd also like to throw out Kawhi Leonard is playing out of his freaking skull up there in Toronto right now.
He is with a team that does not supporting him whatsoever, which is really sad to see. Which is like, all right, he might as well buy his next plane ticket to LA.
Yeah.
The chances of him staying in Toronto at this point, when Kyle Lowry is supposed to be Pascal Siakam is their second best player, but Kyle Lowry is getting paid like the second best player on that team, and he's playing like a bench player who hasn't played in 2 years. Like, he's playing like he's out of shape.
I do not think we appreciate Kawhi Leonard nearly enough.
Nope. I 100% agree.
Every time I watch him, he slides up just a little bit more on like my favorite player ranking. Just so good on both sides of the ball.
First of all, he's playing 42 minutes a night in the playoffs. Second of all, the Raptors are plus when he's on the court. I think it's 5 or 6 points. When he's off the court, they get freaking annihilated. I think they're minus 49 in the playoffs, and he's only missing 5 minutes a night here, team. 6 minutes a night.
Yeah,
they can't manage with
a big part of that.
Off the floor.
A big part of that is how bad their bench has been. Like I think, like guys like Van Vliet have just been missing in action completely.
Yeah. But for guys like Van Vliet, who was injured during the regular season and is kind of using the playoffs to kind of get back into his playing, like his, fighting ways, whatever. It's a bit harder for guys like him, but like you said, the rest of the bench is not, or anybody else on the floor for that matter, is not stepping up aside from Pascal Siakam.
Right, and maybe Kawhi's good enough to carry him past this Philadelphia, especially if Joel Embiid's going to continue to get sick in his knee and whatnot, and the Sixers are going to be.
I take it you don't like the excuses. That's what I'm
the guy's getting sick. I can't dog him for that.
Shout out to Alfredo Torrado. Is that Luis?
But I'm just saying that you can't depend. They're just not a team you can depend on. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he's sick, he's sick. Of course, Jordan had 38 with the flu in Game 5 against Utah. 38 in the flu. That's what I'm talking about.
Joel Embiid's not Michael Jordan, but okay, yeah.
Well, I'm not even asking for 38. How about 16?
But for someone like Joel Embiid, who's a giant individual, and it already takes a lot for him to don't act like that's not a thing. Dude's huge. He's suffered from injuries. It takes a lot for him to get just on the floor.
I mean, you tell me big men haven't played sick and hurt before?
Of course they have. All I'm saying is...
But this is also the guy that was, like, on the edge of being Greg Oden, basically, a couple years ago.
That's
everybody's
exactly.
like, he's the next Greg Oden. And now, he's far beyond that at this point. If he went out for the rest of his career now, he's already had, like, a great run.
Yeah.
And, I don't want to be rude.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
I just have a hard time in the middle of the playoffs hearing I'm sick. I got a cold.
He's still playing, though.
Yeah.
He didn't play in Game 4. Not really.
I mean,
what were his numbers in Game 4?
He was there.
He's still a very strong defensive presence, even when he's not great on the offensive end.
Anyway, we're not even watching that game. Actually, one of the biggest storylines of this game is the fact that Marcus Smart will be playing tonight, even though he's not playing now. They said a lot of reporters have come out and said that he'll probably play in small spurts, 5 minutes here and there. This is the first game he's going to be playing in the playoffs. How big is this for Boston to be able to have this dude back?
It helps. I mean, just because they can't guard the Bucks team.
Yeah.
I mean, so I whatever he can give is welcome at this point. Alley-oop to Lopez, missed the dunk. Beautiful pass by Bledsoe.
Man.
Yeah, that was weak.
You got 2 jobs. Hit threes and do that.
Horford to Brown, fakes the 3 in the lane, kicks it out to Kyrie. He drives down the lane. Kyrie, little nice short shot in the lane, missed it. Rebound to the Bucks. I was going to say fadeaway, but he really stopped himself and just shot about a 14-footer, hit the front of the rim, no good. Nico for 3, short. Rebound goes out of bounds. That would be a team rebound to the Boston Celtics for you stat geeks out there. Team rebound right there, Wilson. Did you know that?
I actually did not know that.
That's some really great advanced analytics.
Yeah, right there.
So if the team doesn't do anything,
if no one,
they all get credit for it. They all get to share the credit.
Right. Missed shot. Nobody grabbed it out of bounds. Team gets the rebound. Team rebound.
Team rebound.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's like the team turnover thing. Like I believe a shot clock violation is not counted as an individual turnover. It's counted as a team turnover.
Cameron Pralis, he says he's out of the country and can't stream the game, so this is the next best option. Thanks for doing this. We appreciate you for joining us.
Thanks for hanging out.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, since I know that's how you're watching. It's not creepy or anything. But we will be doing this for the rest of the playoffs. So thanks for that. And go Bucks.
Two-hand jam for the dunk
Oh, great pass.
for
Horford.
Giannis. And then Al Horford
And one.
picks up some loose change. Layup good. +1 foul on, I believe that was Giannis.
It was on Giannis, yes.
All right. That's not a bad guy to pick up a foul for your Boston.
you
That's
guys-
not a foul on Giannis. It's a bad
not.
call.
Did you guys know, speaking of Al Horford, that this summer he has a 31 million player option that he can pick up?
I think he's going to say yes to that.
Isn't that
And
ridiculous?
he's
Oh,
making
mate.
so much money off
31
chocolate
bill.
milk.
What'd you say?
And he's making big money off chocolate milk, too.
That's true, too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Got to get that
Yeah,
chocolate
isn't that-
milk going.
You had a conversation with Al, isn't that what he was promoting his
He
chocolate
was
milk?
pumping chocolate milk. He really
Yeah.
just wanted to talk to me.
Yeah,
but
that's what it was.
And then there was that chocolate
But
milk
you told him
thing,
you wouldn't
too.
talk to him unless there was chocolate milk involved.
I wanted to drink chocolate milk and talk to Al. I love chocolate milk.
You should have done that interview with a chocolate milk mustache.
You're right. I should have. Missed jumper by Bledsoe. Rebound to the Celtics. Here they come. Kyrie. Pull up three. Short.
Doink.
Rebound to Senior. Way to go, Morris Senior. Back to Kyrie. Around a Horford screen. In the lane. Little layup is in with the
Nice.
right hand on the left side. I thought he was going to go left hand, but was he so crafty, Kyrie?
He's got the best. In my opinion, he has the best handle in the game, Kyrie Irving.
I wouldn't argue with you on that.
Like you could
A lot
just
of candidates, but okay.
We have a lot of Celtics fans in our comments. Got Octonian actually 11. Celtics fan. Swizzer Z is a Celtics fan. So the Celtics fans who are watching, do you think that Kyrie Irving is going to stay in Boston this summer, or is he going to New York, or is he going somewhere else?
Did you see
Let
what-
us know in the comments.
Did you see what the Las Vegas sportsbook is putting the Knicks at for next year?
No. Ooh, what?
It's interesting.
Their
it
odds
like
to
40
get Kyrie
wins?
or the odds to...
Their odds to win the championship.
Oh, wow.
3 ball from Chris Middleton's good out front. 18-15 Boston by 3. As you see, 5 minutes to go here in the first half. I'm a little bit ahead of our stream. So just so you know, when you're watching us, we got you. Right on time, right here. Nope, you don't need to be anywhere else. Marcus Smart missed a 3 and just died in the lane. He might be hurt again. And Giannis was just fouled. No call. It's going to be out of bounds off of Bledsoe.
Shout out Rowan Otto. Thanks for joining us. Go Bucks. I'm rooting for you guys tonight.
So the New York Knicks, the Superbook at the Westgate, Las Vegas. The Knicks are 16-1
To win the championship?
To win the 2020 championship. They're behind in the Eastern Conference. The Bucks, who are 9-2, the Celtics, who are 7-1, and the Sixers, who are 10-1. So
Wow.
the Knicks right now are 4th in the East.
Wow.
And there, I was listening to whoever I was listening to today predicting seismic changes with the
Yeah,
Warriors.
that's Woj.
Everyone thinks, Woj, right? Everyone thinks that that Kevin's leaving.
Ah, that was so close. Come on, Kyrie. You got to make that. That's going in. Damn. No.
Kyrie wanted a foul on a left baseline jump shot, didn't get it. Rebound to the Bucks. George Hill.
Let's see. We got Tony's kind of weird. He's joined us for a couple of live streams before. We've got Tony who's back.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think Wilson, you were here for Tony. I
I
think
was
that
in the
Hill.
chat, though, so
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
Tony, thanks for joining us again. He's talking about the new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer that came out today. I've not seen it yet, so don't tell me what happened. I am excited for that movie, though, because I love a good Spider-Man flick. At least
Tony,
the
that's
new
her
ones.
fault for not seeing it. You can tell her if you want.
Inspiration and Pizza says Kyrie's going to Orlando. I don't know if that's a troll or if that's a legit
Kyrie's
Orlando fan.
Inspiration and pizza. What a username.
I love it. But that's actually, I'm not saying it's happening, but what an interesting fit that would be. Him, Aaron Gordon, Vucevic, if they resign him down in Orlando. That would be, and Kyrie Irving in an Orlando
Not
uniform would
going
be
to
sick.
Orlando.
I'm not saying he's going. I'm just
something.
saying. I'm just trying to stoke the imagination of Orlando fans' minds. If that person is an Orlando fan,
That's nice.
they got to
That's
dream.
nice.
They
Right.
got to
Hey,
strive to something.
Shaq's coming back.
Hey, I mean, if every Lakers fan can Photoshop every player in the history of ever into a Lakers uniform, let's let Orlando have
Yeah,
this.
that one's gross. Couple free throws good for Kyrie. 20-15. Boston by 5. We're under 4 minutes to go here, first quarter. Middleton working on Senior. Bounces it off.
Kick it.
Ilyasova, layup.
Oh,
Rim's no good.
damn.
Gordon Hayward the rebound.
These rims are bent. There's a lot of missed buckets
Yeah.
at the rim right now.
Hayward down the lane. Off for Smart. Open 3. Nowhere close.
Nope.
Rebound to the Bucks. Smart's 0 for 3.
Gold Monster 2-2 undisputed. I don't know what that means. If you think the series is going to be 2-2 at the end of this, okay. These two guys agree with you, so there you
I
go.
think, well, actually, after tonight, it's possible that every series could be 2-2.
Dun dun dun.
The most amazing
think
thing
that's
is
gonna
we could
happen.
have 3 Game 7s on Sunday. We could have Rockets.
Oh.
We could have Rockets, Warriors, Nuggets, Portland, and I think it's this one.
There would be that many games played between now and then. That's insane. I'm impressed.
Short shot by Senior in the lane is good. Boston up by 5, 22-17.
All right, here come the Bucks fans in the comments. We appreciate you guys.
Hey, listen. End of the day, Milwaukee, I'm a big fan.
Big fan of Milwaukee.
Love the city. Ilyasova for 3, short, rebound to Kyrie.
Tony's kind of weird. Says if the Bucks win the championship, he's getting a Eric Bledsoe tramp stamp.
That's aggressive.
That is a choice,
That is
Tony.
a choice right there.
Marcus Smart
I respect it, though.
firing down a 3.
Mark Smart's back.
And he's giving himself some applause. The
deserves
Celtics fans are, at least some of them are on their feet.
They should be crying.
At the TD Garden. That's a good, hey, he has not been bashful. Jumper by Middleton over Kyrie, no good. Senior the rebound.
We've got, let's see, Slicky Slack. Hi. What's up, Slicky Slack? That's actually a cool
Slicky
username.
Slack?
Slicky Slack. I like it. Kind of rolls out the tongue.
Slicky Slack sounds
Is that like the at-night version of Slack? Like,
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Slicky Slack sounds like he's getting stuff done. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
You know how I'm feeling. My dad just called. I might have to call him.
and shout
we're
out
gonna
to
get live.
Landshark on a Rainbow for donating some bits. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
Landshark.
much.
We appreciate you.
Donated what?
Bits.
Some bits.
Nothing you need to be concerned about.
It's 69 cents.
So
We're gonna-
69 cents on Twitch.
We're gonna nice. That's what I think of that. We're gonna roll them into our stock portfolio. I don't know.
Okay, well
Good move.
All right, so all the Bucks fans in the comments, we've got Johnny Mash says Bucks in 6, baby. Brian Ray Visha, go Milwaukee Bucks. Rowan Otto, Fear the Deer. All of you Bucks fans, what's a question for Bucks fans that we should be asking them right now? Ooh, how about,
What do they think of
Do you-
Chris? Okay, go ahead.
do
Sorry.
you think that they should give Chris Middleton the max this summer,
That was similar to what I was. gonna
or
ask.
go chase other waterfalls, if you will? Should they go and get bigger names than Chris Middleton, or should they give him the max, run it back, and see who they can get in
Chris
role players?
Middleton with a max scares me a little bit, to be honest.
That's what I'm. Whoa, that's a piping hot tea that we've got situation here. Chris Middleton with the max, I think, is something that you have to do if you're Milwaukee, because you don't know if the allure of Milwaukee is going to bring someone else to come play for you.
It's
Yeah.
what sucks for small market teams,
does.
especially because, like, okay, I got to pay Chris Middleton because I'm trying to win a title. Now I pay Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
Now I have no flexibility.
Right.
Now I'm probably losing money because I got to pay Giannis too. And
and-
by the way, I got to play Bledsoe. And I'm in Milwaukee. And I don't have
Yeah.
the TV. It's just it's a huge challenge in the NBA for the OKCs, which is why, like, you know, how do you go back in the day and Harden ends up out of Oklahoma City,
Yeah.
right?
Slicky Slack says, let him walk, let Chris Middleton walk, and try to sign another star next to Giannis, like a Kawhi.
Yeah, but Kawhi's not doing that.
Okay, but Kawhi would be perfect in Milwaukee, in my opinion.
But why? Okay, why is Kawhi not doing that?
Well, number one, I need a capologist here to make sure that you could actually let Middleton walk and you'd have enough money to bring in Kawhi. But assuming that that's the case, Kawhi, people don't want to eat it. Kawhi doesn't want to live in Milwaukee.
How
You don't
how
know
do we
that.
know
We know
this?
nothing
Kawhi
about that man.
Says nothing.
We know nothing
Okay,
about
right.
Kawhi.
There's a lot of people saying,
Based-
"Oh, Kawhi wants to live in warm weather." Like, we haven't heard him say anything like that.
Okay, let's just logically, I think you would at least grant me that you're climbing uphill to get people to come to Milwaukee. Now, they're climbing uphill a little bit less because you know you're coming to play with Giannis, who's going to be there.
And a brand
So-
new facility, brand new arena.
Milwaukee
Fans are
has-
excited about the team.
All
Here
facilities are
are the
nice.
contracts that Milwaukee has expiring this offseason. Mirotic, Malcolm Brogdon, Brooke Lopez, Pau Gasol, Tim Frazier.
And Chris
Nico
Middleton
Mirotic
is
is making
the player
$15
option.
million.
Yeah, look, huge challenge, man.
I think there's
If I'm the Bucks,
I-
I try to keep everyone. That's how I do it. You're a rich owner. Come on, pay the money.
Let's see, Cameron Pralis, and I apologize if I'm butchering your last name, says it's tough because his consistency is questionable, but his skill set combined with his chemistry with the team is almost irreplaceable, which is
So
100% agree with that, because when you're as a Dallas Mavericks fan who we have lacked consistency since we won the championship in 2011, consistency and team chemistry is something that I feel like people take for granted.
Yeah.
And having this Bucks team who's been together for a couple years now, I think is a huge a big bonus for them going into the playoffs with a young team not having experience, but they have experience with each other.
Right. Even more interesting, now that I'm looking at the payroll.
Okay.
Brook Lopez is a free agent this summer, and with how much he's proven this year, he might command a large contract.
Yeah,
and that's a whole nother wrinkle that Milwaukee's going to have to deal with.
Yeah, but
because he's been a huge part of their success this year.
Yeah.
And you could argue that Budenholzer can bring another guy like him in and just plug him into the system because the system is strong.
Right.
But I don't know. Like, I would definitely want Brook Lopez back in an ideal world, but he's only making 3.3 this year. He's going to be making more than that wherever he goes next year.
Yeah. Johnny Mash, Middleton, and Giannis are staying 100%. I like your confidence, Johnny. If we make the conference finals, then Bledsoe, Lopez, and Mirotic will stay. Ooh.
Well, we'll see about that. Depends on what their offers are. George Hill's lost his dribble. Ilyasova back to Hill in the lane. Nope.
That was good.
Great
I like that
go.
move, though. That looked like young George Hill.
Rebound Aaron Baines. We got Rozier, Baines, Hayward Sr., and Marcus
Hayward
Smart.
for no 3.
Okay.
Could we talk about Terry Rozier's shoes that he has on right now? I know that he's a Puma
Wait, 2 different shoes?
athlete, and he's got 2 different colored shoes on. I'm assuming it's just the basic Puma.
I dig that style.
That's
the
pretty
2
awesome.
colors.
That's pretty awesome. Going back to the comments here, Josh David Hill, our sometimes cohort on the show, says, what about Damari Carroll in Milwaukee?
I like Damari Carroll.
Yeah, he's a good energy guy.
Yeah. He's like kind of like a Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
Like Marcus Smart's pretty unique, but
Yeah. Like a
I'd
high
put
energy.
him in that category.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Milwaukee doesn't really have one of those guys who's just good at like a Pat Bev or
like one of
anything
those
like that.
guys who can show up and on the box score they have like 5 points, but you're like, that guy did his job.
Those 5
though.
points were really meaningful.
Yeah.
It's a good call by Josh David. I would take Damari Carroll on any of my basketball teams. Maybe he would be a fit in Milwaukee depending on how things fall apart or don't fall apart free agency wise, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the Bucks are going to have any room to bring in anyone because I do think guys ultimately will choose to stay because they are there now and they already know the experience is good playing there, and the Bucks are going to offer big dough. But I don't think they'll be able to offer money to everyone. Jaylen Brown for 3, short, right? They're not going to pay if Middleton signs on the dotted line and Nico, who maybe would be willing to stay, but he's going to have a significant offer elsewhere too. You would think, right?
I mean, hopefully, but maybe he likes being in Milwaukee. Maybe he likes this because Nico has not had any issues since he's been in Milwaukee. He hasn't gotten punched in the face while he's been here. So.
Right, but he's been there half a year. Nico's going to go for as much money as he can possibly get. I like most
I mean, you
players.
would know more than I do because you've covered the Bulls and you've seen him here in Chicago. But
Well, to that point though, Nico loves Chicago, and Milwaukee is 90 minutes from Chicago, and you have a huge community here that Nico has connection to. So
is that an equivalent though? Like, is being in Milwaukee an hour and a half away? Like, can
he's talked about how he loves it, that he's close. To
I'm not questioning that, but being an hour and a half away, I don't know if that is like, oh, I love Chicago, let me go to this city that's an hour and a half away.
I think if you're like saying like that, I could play in Milwaukee or I could play in San Antonio.
thanks, Ronato, for subscribing on YouTube.
Close,
Sure,
he'd rather be in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he would take millions less to be in Milwaukee because it's close to Chicago.
Yeah.
Ron, go
It's
ahead.
just not super close. I don't know if I follow.
And you
that
could
line
spend
of
your
thinking.
weekends in Chicago.
Connaughton for 3. You mentioned it beforehand. It's good at the buzzer for the first quarter, 30-22 as we go. As one quarter play is in the books here, team.
Let's see. We've got Ron Burt, first time here. Love the show. Ron, we appreciate your presence. Make sure you subscribe on our YouTube page. We'll be doing these for the rest of the playoffs. We've done a couple. If you want to go back and rewatch them, whatever. But yeah, we're here. I'm Jasmine. This is Mark. That's Josh Wilson.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah. First quarter in the books.
If we could give you something, every single person for checking out the stream, we would. But instead, we're just sending you our love and gratitude and entertainment all at the same time.
Pretty much.
Right?
You just keep sending those comments. We got it pulled up right here. We're paying attention to it. If you have questions, whatever you want to do, let us know and we'll get to them.
Oh, good one for you, Jasmine.
What?
Slickety Slack says, thoughts on the rumors that the Mavericks will be targeting Chris Middleton this free
I
agency?
have thoughts. I would love Chris. The fact that we talked about, like, I don't know about playing Chris Middleton the max, but we don't have Giannis on our team as a Mavericks fan. We have Luka, which is not close, but he's getting there. I would appreciate if Chris Middleton was on our team.
I would bet large amounts of dollars that Chris Middleton is going nowhere, but we shall see.
I mean, is he a restricted free agent or is he just not?
Restricted. He has a player option
So-
for $13 million this summer.
So he's a restricted free agent. So Dallas.
not restricted.
Unrestricted
he
free.
has, he has a player option
He
that
has a
he
player
will
option.
opt out of.
Okay.
He's a free agent.
Okay.
He's not going to. I don't think he's going anywhere, but we'll see.
Rowan Otto's also first time. Thank you. And we also know you subscribed. We appreciate that. I'm Tyler255. This is a stream of watching people watch a basketball game. It sure is mind blown. Isn't it crazy?
This is one of the most genius inventions of all time, which, by the way, back in the day, when everybody was freaking out over the weekend because Starbucks was in Game of Thrones, which I would like to throw out there, that how do we know that there wasn't a Starbucks back then? You tell me that they
In
didn't.
Westeros, you think there was a Starbucks?
Why not? Why couldn't there be? Didn't they drink coffee in Westeros back in the day? Maybe there was one. Well, maybe there was one coffee store, and it was called Starbucks.
Well, actually, it's not confirmed that it's a Starbucks cup. It's just from craft services from they go and get a coffee cup from the table of coffee cups on the Game of Thrones set. So it's technically not even a Starbucks cup. It's just a cup of coffee.
The point is that somehow, some way, they were seeing the future there, and we are seeing the future right now, watching basketball.
Yes.
And commenting on it, sitting in these ridiculous chairs that we sit in.
It took them a while to get there, but I understood the sentiment.
That's where I was going with.
Yeah.
I forgot how the coffee was related.
We're breaking new fronts right here, just like the
we've got a
Starbucks in
viewer.
Game of Thrones.
We've got a viewer from the Philippines. Go Celtics. James Sapusao, I
That's what I'm
think.
talking about.
Salama? Okay. Appreciate you. From Philippines.
Salama. That means thank you. I think that's what Richard
Okay,
was
we
saying.
got-
Right, Richard? My man.
From Tony's kind of weird. Who's your favorite basketball player of all time, and why is it Diana Taurasi? That's a great question. Actually, Diana Taurasi is one of my favorite WNBA players because she plays for the only WNBA team I support, or the only Phoenix team I support, which is the Phoenix Mercury.
My favorite female basketball player of all time is Cheryl Miller because she used to kick the shit out of
Reggie Miller's
Reggie,
ass.
which is amazing. Outside of Michael, my favorite NBA player of all time outside of MJ.
He's not used to getting this question because
is
it's usually
really,
MJ.
Really, really tough. Wilson, you're up. I'll have to think
Oh my
about
God.
Shaq.
Yeah, he's a
You go
Shaq.
Oh, that's
I
the
gotta
reason
go.
I love the NBA.
I gotta go
got into the
Orlando
NBA
Shaq.
because of Shaq.
I think I might go on and off the court and take Charles.
Chuck?
Yep.
Okay. I like it.
I mean, I really appreciate Barkley.
Let's see.
Although,
Great move.
Celtics with the basketball here to start the second quarter. Terry Rozier for three, around and out, rebound,
These
tipped
rims,
around.
there really is something up with
And
these rims.
The Bucks have it.
Ron Burt asked, general question, why Iverson and Nowitzki jerseys? Well, I like that you paid attention to the decor because I took a lot of time to set this shit up.
Giannis for three, good. 30-25. Allen Iverson would be in my top 10 of favorite basketball players
love
of
him.
all time.
Love him. Well, Wilson here is a noted Allen Iverson fan. I would do anything for Dirk Nowitzki. So that's why these two jerseys are hanging up, because they support our favorite players. So whoever asked the question about who our favorite players of all time is, that's my guy right there.
Can you explain your Dallas Mavericks love? Because you grew up in Arizona,
I grew up in
correct?
Arizona, and I support no Arizona sports teams because they might
Except
as well
for
not
the
exist.
Mercury.
Except for the Mercury. Arizona sports might as well not exist. Yeah, I became a Mavericks fan because I was playing NBA 2K with my brother growing up. I used to switch around with teams, picked the Mavericks one day. We didn't win. I never won, but I started to play with Dirk Nowitzki. Dude was making every damn shot that I shot with, and I was like, this dude is amazing. And it was like the Dirk Nowitzki, Michael Finley, Steve Nash team, and so I was like, that's it. This is the team.
You became a fan of Dirk Nowitzki because you used him in a video game. And
Yes,
you didn't
that's not
miss?
an uncommon thing, by the way.
That's an amazing story.
That's not an uncommon thing.
I would say a lot of kids from our generation probably have similar stories about why
Yeah.
they have a favorite player, why they have a favorite team. It's because when you can play that game and you grow up playing that game, and you can be that player almost, that I don't know, it connects with you in a strange way.
The 2011 playoff series or run, when they beat Portland when they weren't supposed to, when they beat the brakes off of the Lakers when they weren't supposed to, when they beat OKC, they beat that was amazing.
Bledsoe with a layup, made it. Horford with a jump hook, missed it. Bucks with a three ball on the way, and that rims out. Boston the rebound, up by three. I am impressed and mortified all at the same time.
By the 2K thing?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Ooh, the Bahamas bleed green as well. We got a lot of fans
I mean,
from around the world. Trevor Rowe,
what-
we appreciate you for joining in.
Doesn't that just speak to how vast the NBA is? Like, you can become a fan because of
You can
almost
become a fan of the
anything.
Bahamas.
Like,
I
you
got-
can become a fan of the NBA because you liked Allen Iverson's rapping or something like that, or
Yeah.
or you like Dame, and
Or
his
you like,
rapping.
or you could become a fan of Shaq because you saw
because you saw him bring
Kazam,
down a backboard.
or you saw Kazam 5 too many times.
yeah.
Sure, and that's listen. I'm in no position to judge any reason whatsoever why anybody became a fan of anything. You are totally entitled, Jasmyn Wimbish,
Thank you.
to like Dirk because you used him playing NBA 2K. Is that
Yeah,
what
and it actually might have been NBA Live because I think that's what we started playing first, and then when 2K got better than Live, then we switched over.
Live used to be so good, and now
and then it
it's
sucks.
garbage.
Yeah, it sucks now. For all the NBA 2K fans out there, let us know what your favorite team is that you play with on NBA 2K. Let's see. Trying to catch up with these comments. A lot of people, a lot of comments, a lot of questions. We've got Tony's kind of weird. NBA or any other sports teams, you tell me a pro player that wins championships in multiple leagues on different continents, not named Taurasi, the GOAT. I love the subtle Diana Taurasi commentary that's happening here. I appreciate it. Parker Salvi raps says I love Allen Iverson. So there you go. We got an Allen
trying to
Iverson
think
stan.
There we go.
of players that won in the NBA and won overseas. I mean, Steph Marbury never won in the NBA, but he was dominant in China.
Yeah, and he's huge over there. It's insane how
Right.
much they worship Marbury over there.
One of the most underrated things he did was put out an affordable shoe.
And that you can
Yeah.
still get for like $20.
Yes.
You can also get Allen Iverson shoes very affordable still now.
Huh. I remember Shaq used to have a Walmart line shoe that was $20.
Yes.
And I had probably 10 pairs of those because that's where my mom let me shop for shoes.
There you go.
Kyrie misses a lefty layup. Foul is on the Celtics. We're going to go the other way. That was a foul off the ball. Kyrie's talking to his teammates. Doesn't look like he's having a very good time. The Celtics are also letting Giannis Antetokounmpo just run down the lane and shoot uncontested layups, which is not exactly the idea that I had, but it's just.
But here we are.
But there it was.
Giannis, by the way, 13 points already.
Oh yeah, he's.
I mean, they
5
kind
of
of
8
are
from the
doing
floor.
what you suggested, Carm. No one else
Ooh,
is really
from the corner three,
scoring.
Bledsoe, no good.
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
but
what is happening that is different from what you suggested? Because you said, okay, let basically Giannis get his and don't foul him. And
I just don't want it to be that simple. I mean, there was like.
sure, fair.
I mean, there was nobody around him, and he's laying it in.
Yeah.
It can't be that. It can't be that simple.
Let's see.
But
We've got a supporter out in I'm assuming New Zealand. I'm assuming that's what NZ stands for, but if I'm wrong, please do correct me. But New Zealand, we appreciate you. LDN. Ron Burt plays with the Atlanta Hawks on 2K. Ooh, I apologize.
Before I
Oh,
forget,
no, playing with the Hawks would be so much fun.
I'm talking about the trade.
Before I forget, I want to tell a Stephon Marbury story when he came into the league with the Minnesota Timberwolves, just to date myself as I was covering the NBA back then. So he's playing with KG in Minnesota. They come in, they play the Bulls. He's a rookie.
Okay, keep going. I got a
Okay.
picture I want to pull up.
So here he is, and I go up to Marbury to interview him, 19-year-old kid, and very green. So somehow we get talking about Jordan, which I'm sure is not surprising to you, Jasmyn, or you, Josh.
Nope.
Airball Giannis Antetokounmpo on a three. Boston the basketball, they're up 5. So he says his rationale was, if I was Michael Jordan, I would make a deal with the TV, and I would tell the TV that
It's on the TV. I love this story already.
how he would, he wouldn't play unless the TV was paying him, the TV. And I'm sitting there like looking at him like, that like there's this whole contract
Jaylen
with
Brown.
the league,
3 in the corner.
and the TV. There's already a deal that's going on. But he just keeps on telling
I
me.
love how he just referred to it as the TV. Like, not like, oh, I want a network deal.
If I was
The
Michael,
The TV. Because we all know what it means, and I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
yeah, if I was Michael Jordan, I'd make a deal with the TV.
Why say a lot words when few words do trade?
What do you say back to a young man who's just coming into the league?
But who is also right.
Yeah, well, right. On the other thing, it's like, hey,
Did he get a deal with the TV in China?
I'm going to do a couple more shout-outs here because we just got people flowing in troves. We got a Boston fan from
Love
Kenya.
who thinks that Michael Jordan should have made a deal with the TV? That's what I want to know.
I agree. We got a Bucks fan from Algeria. We appreciate you guys for joining in. Thanks for listening to us talk through this game. Let us know how you think this game's going to end. Are the Bucks going to win? Celtics going to win? Let us know.
And Milwaukee fans, I'd like to hear, give me your favorite Bucks of all time.
Ooh, yes. Deep cuts.
I'd love to hear some favorite Bucks. Like if I go old school, but pre probably anybody who's watching this cast, I'd throw out a Sidney Moncrief.
Okay.
Sir Sid on Sports Illustrated wearing the number 4 out of, he was an Arkansas Razorback back in the day, damn it. I could pull out a Sid Moncrief. I can remember a Ricky Pierce. I can remember a Junior Bridgman, who is an interesting name to throw
Bucks.
out these days. Who else could I throw out for old Milwaukee Bucks? And Alton Lister from back in the day. And then there were the Bucks in the late 90s, the Glenn Big Dog Robinson Bucks with Ray Allen. That was a sweet
Ron
team.
Burt says Ray Allen's his favorite Buck.
Yep. I mean, Ray Allen was an awesome Buck.
Yes.
Sam Cassell was an awesome Buck.
That was a good team, too.
That was a good-ass team.
That was a good team. And the Ray Allen Bucks jerseys are like some of my favorite jerseys. I don't know if you remember them. I think they had like the giant buck on the front. It was like a green and purple color scheme. That's like one of the sickest Bucks jerseys that they ever had. Boston fan from Tanzania. We appreciate you, Ali Jamal. Slicky Slack says Ray Allen's that's their favorite Buck of all time.
Yep.
A lot of love
for
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
That's the sweet spot right there. That was a great Bucks team.
But we also got like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, wow.
Like,
they threw out Kareem?
No, I'm saying like how come no one said Kareem?
Oh, well, I mean, come on. It's 1973.
But still, there's people who know their basketball history. We don't have a bunch of just young
your favorite
people
Bucks
watching.
got to be somebody that you watched.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be part of the deal.
Trevor Roll says Boston wins tonight and series in 7 games.
Okay.
I would love if this game
Bold.
or if the series won 7.
I'm pro 7-game series. Let's go.
I'm pro 7-game series, not in the first round between like anything that's not an 8 seed upsetting a 1 seed. Some of those first round series that went deep were just, come on.
It's like, let's advance. Yeah. Oh, we do have someone saying Kareem, obviously.
Yeah, but now we brought him up.
LDN Kareem.
Seems we kind of.
Rowan Otto says 71 Bucks. I don't know if that's referencing the 71 Bucks team or something else.
71 Bucks team. I think that's.
LDN also says maybe Oscar Robertson.
That was when Big O got his first title. No, he never won in his prime, but finally got hooked up with Kareem, got himself a title.
Good times.
The Big O, underrated all-time Big O.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's not talked about enough. I don't think. So.
Average a triple-double when nobody was putting up numbers like they're putting up today.
And now you just have Russ averaging it every single season.
Yeah, but
and not winning games.
Let's see here. Milwaukee, the basketballs. We get back to live action. 8-point game, as you see on your screen. Chris Middleton dancing and floating up a layup off the backboard. No good. Rebound. Giannis triple teamed. And the Bucks end up turning it over in a kind of bizarre fashion. All right.
We got Josh Hill saying, put some respect on Elliot Perry's name. Best basketball card of all time. Spice.
Elliot Perry. Sweet left-handed point guard back in the day. A little fire. I forgot Elliot Perry was a Buck. I remember him as a Sun.
Yeah, I don't know.
Elliot Perry, Josh David Hill out of nowhere.
I'm impressed.
That's a big-time call. He was great for like 3 years. Short shot by Rozier, no good. Rebound to Milwaukee.
We've got a San Antonio fan tuning in. Born and raised here in San Antonio, going for Portland out west and Bucks in the east, not Toronto for obvious reasons. We understand you're a little salty still.
Yes.
I get it.
Lopez 3 was off the backboard, no good. Bucks get the rebound, and now they're going to call a foul on Jaylen Brown trying to strip the basketball from Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Jaylen Brown is hollering at folks.
Let's see. Trollum Lamb asks, he said he hasn't been watching, but how has Marcus Smart been doing?
Marcus Smart. Well, let's give you the numbers, sir. For one, I mean, without giving you the numbers, his jump shot looks off, but the enthusiasm that you're used to with the Marcus Smart is there, and he's 1 for 3. He's played 5 minutes, has 3 points, 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, I know that they said he was going to play him. They're going to play him in spurts. So he's on the court right now. So I'm sure this is probably he'll be on the court for about 5 minutes. But yeah, he's been typical Marcus Smart. Big energy dude. He's there on defense, yelling at everybody. He's doing what he's supposed to.
Great rotation by Tatum.
Yeah.
Tatum swatting away a Chris Middleton layup. Good help defense by the Celtics. Inbounds pass.
All right, we got left field answer, but John McLaughlin.
John McLaughlin. That's over.
It said they prefaced it by saying left field.
I don't remember John McLaughlin. You're going to need some years on that.
Let's see.
John McLaughlin. I know the name, but I don't remember him at all. I want to say like 1976 John McLaughlin.
Wow. He's from Franklin, Indiana. All right, let's look at the years of Sir John McLaughlin. He played for Milwaukee from 1969 until he retired in 1976.
Well, Carman throwing out a 76 and getting it in the last year barely, but I'll take it. Giannis catching down low, dunking it with the right hand. Have you ever seen somebody who's not a center dunk the ball that easily?
No. And
Definitely not.
the thing he does
Steph
when
Curry.
there's like 5 people guarding him right around the rim, and he just like shoots up out of nowhere and dunks it. That's my favorite thing.
Who would you even compare him to in the history of the game, Giannis? There's a question.
I don't.
Has there ever been anyone like him?
No, I don't think there has been. Which I think is indicative of like, you know, those generational, like there was never anyone like LeBron, and look how well that's worked out. There's never been anyone like Giannis, and he's just starting to get up.
The closest thing, and I understand this doesn't sound like a direct match, is KD, but like to me that feels like the closest player we've had, at least that I've watched to him.
Yeah.
Right,
well,
but he
I mean,
definitely
KD,
seems to be like the archetype of like what's next.
The only thing is KD could shoot when he came in the league. Like Giannis doesn't have a jumper to speak of. KD came in and he was able to shoot. Like that was never something he had to develop, which is like we haven't seen a guy this big who can handle the ball as well as he does, has court vision like he does, is as athletic, aggressive, like all of these things, and can still kind of shoot it and is still developing like a 3-point shot. Like I don't.
Yeah, I think he's definitely what's to come for the NBA, and I think you look at some other players like Ben Simmons. I think him and Ben Simmons are going to be 2 completely different players, but they're similar in some regards in that they're really tall, really strong, and can handle the ball.
Let's see. Slicky Slack asks, which Brook Lopez was the best Lopez, Nets, Lakers, or Bucks? I think Bucks, because he has a 3-point shot. That's a threat.
I would say Milwaukee, too. The Celtics just had 3 3-point attempts. All of them were wide open. None of them went in. Kyrie missed. Gordon Hayward missed. Marcus Smart missed. Bucks got the rebound and scored, and now we have a turnover, and Milwaukee running out again.
Ooh. Goaltending? No? Yes? That's the goaltending, because just based off Al Horford's reaction, right?
They called goaltending, but I thought that was a clean block. Let's see it again here, team. Hill to the you're not going to miss this, though, if you're a referee.
Hit the glass first, right?
I don't know if it did.
Yeah, that's not a goaltend. That's a clean block.
I think it was still in his hands. Maybe they might review that one.
Going in the monitors.
Can you review goaltending?
Let's see. I think we're getting some other people saying who their favorite players are. We've got a Penny Hardaway shout out.
Well, Penny's a great call.
Penny Shaq days were awesome. Let's see. I think someone, Vincent
Van Gogh?
No.
Yep, he's in the chat with us.
Yeah, he's alive and well.
Vinny, my man.
2009 Howard. I don't know if that's referencing
2009 Dwight with Orlando?
Yeah, I don't know if that's referencing your favorite player, if that's referencing a talking point that we were having about Giannis, which I don't think they're similar in terms of Giannis and Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard.
That's not bad. Just from Giannis is not obviously as big as Dwight, and he handles the ball a zillion times better, and he's just. But as far as like pure athlete strength, a little bit. I mean, it's just a very hard comparison. I don't hate that call on Dwight. Like, and I think look with Durant. It's like the only guy has that much length and can handle the basketball. But then with KD,
still,
obviously he can shoot it
like
way
those
better.
2 players are not even close in my mind. It's just the
closest
thing you can come up with.
Ron Burt said Giannis seems similar to Dirk to me in a way.
He seems much more mobile.
Well, he's far more athletic than Dirk ever. If Dirk was as athletic as Giannis is, he'd still be playing.
Yeah, I don't know how you get Dirk and Giannis.
I think maybe
outside the fact they're both 6'9", 6'10", 7 feet.
7 feet. I think they're both 7 feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. We've got some. Okay, Vince Carter, someone's favorite player on here. That's awesome. Love it. He's coming back for his record-breaking season number 22 next year. As a 42-year-old.
Make him rip that jersey off, you Vince Carter. I appreciate you.
Does
he have a contract for next year?
Yeah, he's
with Atlanta.
Wait, no, he's going to be a free agent.
Right.
He only
But
signs 1 year's
he'll
deals
get
now.
picked up some team that needs a veteran presence.
I don't
Yeah.
know if he's for sure coming back.
So we've got...
Would you sign Vince Carter?
If I'm a
Okay.
team that's not really trying to win, I've got a bunch of young guys, absolutely.
John Kennedy says,
Okay.
dang, your resolution on this stream is so clean, I thought this was an ad commercial. That's funny. I'm sorry. Well, we appreciate that you're able to see us loud and clear. John Kennedy, we appreciate you joining in.
We've spent a lot of money on this equipment, John.
Hell yeah.
Is that John F. Kennedy?
PJ the Saint says he's more like a taller Elgin Baylor. I actually like that comparison for Giannis.
A taller
Handles the rock well.
I mean, you talk to old school NBA guys about Elgin Baylor, and he gets mad respect.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most underrated players in the history of the game, Elgin Baylor. The way some old timers talk about him. I like that call. I like that.
Rowan Otto wants to know what kind of tea you're drinking.
I'm going with the TAZO.
Also known as Tazo tea.
Tazo, Earl Grey, heavy caffeine situation.
Clearly heavy caffeine.
Yeah, Jesus. Never seen so much spark in this man.
We got someone in here from Jamaica. We
Hey.
are worldwide tonight. So many global
Worldwide. I feel like
watchers.
Is this how Pitbull feels, Mr. Worldwide?
Worldwide.
Let's see. What else we have here? Vasco Antonio says a guy that can't shoot can't be an MVP.
Gonna have to disagree with that, sir. I mean, if you put Giannis Antetokounmpo on any team in the NBA this year, like let's imagine he was a Los Angeles Laker, are they missing the playoffs? I don't think so. I think they're probably top half in the Western Conference.
Yeah, but you thought they were going to be in the top half of the Western Conference.
I did
Without
because I didn't
Giannis.
think LeBron was going to get hurt, and they were, But okay, fine. No, I didn't think the Milwaukee Bucks were going to win. How many games did they win?
Some
60 games.
60 something, yeah.
Yeah, no chance.
But how much of that is
you
due
take
to...
you take Giannis off the Bucks. How many games do they win?
How much of that is due to... I agree
Eastern
with you.
Conference, I still think they win around 40.
How much of that is due to Giannis? How much of that is due to Budenholzer?
Yeah, Coach Bud has been... The fact that they went from Jason Kidd and the dysfunction that is him spilling drinks on the floor
Right.
to
That was awesome.
the number one team in the Eastern
Was it
Conference.
awesome?
I don't know if we call that awesome.
I call it awesome from just
was-
how pathetic it was.
Yeah, I mean...
Kyrie gets fouled coming off a screen out front. Let's see if they give him shots. George Hill's laughing about it.
I appreciate...
Is he bleeding?
I just gotta give a shout out to my brother because when we talked about the Spider-Man trailer, he said don't watch it because it has spoilers from Endgame, and I have not seen Endgame. So shout out to my brother because I appreciate that.
It tells you at the beginning.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be terrible. I appreciate you because I was really about to click on that today.
I spoiled it for myself, so I just
That
watched
sucks.
the trailer anyway.
Let's see, watching from St. Lucia. Hello, everyone. Hello, Tyron Jules. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining in.
Tony's... I'm going to start keeping a supply of plastic forks in the car.
Yeah, that's a whole conversation that Tony's.
Oh,
Tony
okay.
asked.
I was-
Tony asked about. Do you guys ever think about going to a restaurant and how many mouths the fork that you're using has been in? I haven't until you said that, Tony. So
Wow.
thanks for ruining restaurants.
Well, you
for
know
me.
how they have those straws you can bring to restaurants? Maybe we should just have like.
Well, that's what
forks
he
on our
said. I'm going to
keychain
start keeping a
instead.
supply of plastic forks in my car. I appreciate
Okay,
it.
that makes so it was totally out of context for me.
Yeah.
And
I saw it, but I was like, I wanted him to get to the end. Shout out to Carl Mello Pro. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. What else?
Hold
we have?
up. You're actually thinking about how many mouths a fork has been in.
If you're a germaphobe,
in
yes.
in a restaurant.
Mark, you're a germaphobe.
I am not a germaphobe. Damn it.
Do you think about the number of mouths our forks have been in? Because I do. That's why I bring my own
I
forks to
do
work.
think about because our forks are nasty, but in a restaurant, I mean everything's got to be sanitized, right?
Maybe.
You put in this dishwasher, sanitize
well,
that.
but we have a dishwasher here, so how's it any different than
Nate's
the forks
Gaming's
here?
watching from Brazil. Welcome in. We appreciate you.
Story time with At the Carm. Let me just tell you about when I was a waiter at the Cheesecake Factory. You guys ever done the service industry, little waiting tables? As
I-
we're
I
at
did
the
I've
time?
Subway.
I've done
I
retail.
did cashier.
You did
grocery
Subway?
store. Yeah.
How nasty is that?
God, smelling like Subway sandwiches. Jesus.
Yeah, that smell's been pretty much ruined for me.
Ooh, yeah, the Subway smell.
Watching
Yeah.
from India just for Kyrie. You know what? So am I.
Actually, funny story about Subway smell.
Thank you, India,
I got pulled over one time.
for smelling like Subway.
No, for a completely different. Actually, I was riding with someone who got pulled over.
And they were like, "You
And,
smell like Subway."
Long story short, they ended up like searching some things in the car. There's nothing. I didn't get a ticket or anything. There's nothing bad going on. But I opened my bag, which had work clothes in it from earlier that day, and they didn't even search it because they were like, "Oh, Subway," and I was like, "Yep, that's where I work." So
Well, I mean, I would have searched your bag double on that one. I feel like most people at Subway are having a little afternoon action, a little 420 scene.
Oh, no, come on, Carm. That wasn't me.
Well, I mean, I
got
no judgment on that.
I was just a high school kid, trying to make a couple bucks.
Let's see. Diddy, Stafford, y'all think the Greek Freak for the MVP? Hell yes. That's my MVP. I award consistency.
I mean, you got to give it to the Greek Freak this year, and James.
I'm surprised all three of us are. I've been Greek Freak pretty much the whole season, but I'm surprised out of the three of us, there's nobody that goes with Harden.
Dakota Ashley says, "Thank you for joining us." By the way, they worked at a Subway too.
I know your pain.
Is it fun?
No,
it's total misery.
Okay, so
I've worked 3 jobs, and that's number 3.
What are the other 2? This one and what else?
I was cashier at Wegmans, which is
Wegmans,
a grocery store in upstate New York, East Coast, down to Virginia.
Did you do Wegmans, then Subway, then Fansided?
No, I left Subway for Wegmans.
Subway for Wegmans
Yeah.
for Fansided.
Yes.
It's one of the great
What a come
career
up.
paths I've ever heard right there.
It's a come up.
It's exponential.
Yeah, no, that's a big
not
move.
even linear.
Yeah.
That's called growth.
Yeah.
Free throw by Jaylen Brown is in. One more free throw on the way. That's good. 41-39.
Gotta say, this has been a great game, guys.
So we're gonna get a good second half of basketball here. Bledsoe in the front court. Bledsoe, Antetokounmpo, Middleton, Connaughton, and Ilyasova.
Oh, foul.
And they're fouling Chris Middleton as he shoots 3-pointers.
One of the things with
they being Al Horford,
the Giannis MVP thing that I've been thinking about, it's been kind of exploited in the playoffs, and it's a regular season award, so I don't know how much stock
that's
I
a
would
terrible
put into this.
call. That is a terrible call. Middleton came down and landed on his.
I thought you were
Terrible
talking about what I
call.
was saying.
Whoa.
I'm
But
sorry. Go ahead.
with Harden, there are shots you can force him into that are, shots that aren't as good as his step back 3-pointer. With Giannis, there's nothing really you can force him into that's not as good. He's going to find his look almost all the time.
So we've got more people in the comments saying Giannis for MVP. We do have one. Julio Soto says KD deserves the MVP, and I'm not even a Golden State fan. I think if we're going off of just postseason run alone, if the MVP also incorporated playoffs, KD would have a very valid case for being MVP because he's been playing out of his mind. But because this is a regular season award and we can't take any of this into account, and the votes are already in and they have been for months, for me it's Giannis.
Yeah.
KD's been phenomenal in the playoffs. KD, if the Warriors win it, he's going to be the MVP of the finals. KD's not getting the regular season MVP. By the way, Steph's been kind of scuffling. He's certainly was scuffling in Game 3.
Let's see, PJ the Saint says, Celtics are like an AAU team with a lot of talent but no defined roles, hence why they are so inconsistent. That speaks more on the coach and the best player.
See, I have a hard time.
I like that analogy.
I do, but I have a hard time going at Brad Stevens. Like they've had a huge challenge this year. When you have a ton of talent and you're trying to, and they're all young and you're trying to define roles, it's just not that to the AAU point is legit. But I just think it's a hard gig for Stevens. Pull up jumper by Middleton is good. Bucks up by 1.
And I think that AAU analogy actually better suits the Sixers, honestly, because they have an absurd amount of talent on that team and with a lot of undefined roles. Granted, they traded for a lot of people, but also then a lot of AAU teams are put together like on a weekend-to-weekend basis. But I do like the analogy going to AAU. Love that reference.
Giannis just got in the lane, drew a couple defenders, kicked it out. Middleton, open 3, good. Milwaukee by 4. That's the nightmare scenario.
We got some fans tuning in from Greece. Woo!
Go Greece.
It's awesome.
Must be some Giannis supporters.
Let's see. We've got some people tuning in from London. Love it. Appreciate you.
Horford in the lane, missed the shot. Tip by Senior, no. Tip by Senior again, no. Nico just got clobbered by Jaylen Brown. And when I say clobbered, I mean clobbered.
Actually clobbered.
No harm, no foul, though. Just play on. Ooh. That is a good old school NBA foul. Nico did throw his body into Jaylen. So there's that.
For the second time tonight?
Yeah, I mean, if you're Nico, that's a smart thing to do. You protect yourself a little bit at least.
We've got, let's see. Ron Burt says Denver is the NBA AAU team.
Really?
I don't know, because when I picture an AAU team.
Denver plays a pretty well-controlled game.
Yeah, I don't know that I would classify them as an AAU team. I think any team that's like hobbled together, like when I picture AAU, it's like these teams are built on a weekend-to-weekend basis because there's no, like, you're not staying with a consistent team every single time you're going to a tournament.
If that's your basis of, AAU team, then I agree with what you said about the Sixers. Because their team has pretty much just recently been thrown together.
Yeah.
Senior for 3 and 1. Big shot. Huge turn of events here. Number 1, Nico missed 2 free throws, so that would have put the Bucks up 6. He misses both of them. And then Senior just hit a 3.
Oh,
and
sold that to an extreme degree.
And the LeBrons, too.
And he didn't even get touched. He landed. He
and
acted
his brother's
like
in attendance.
Mark.
With sunglasses on.
Keith is here. Sunglasses indoors. Black Celtics jersey.
Is he allowed to wear sunglasses indoors? Are we okay with that?
He is a professional basketball player. I don't care. You could wear whatever the hell you want because it's NBA.
He missed the free throw, by the way. Bucks the basketball.
John Kenyon says Lakers are AAU. That's another.
That's a good call.
That's a very good call, actually.
That's excellent. Especially when Lonzo gets healthy. Jason Tatum, beautiful move, did everything right, missed the layup. Bucks coming back.
We got a Giannis fan from Italy. Thanks, Italy.
How many
More fans from India?
How many countries do we have in here?
Yeah, whatever country you're from, just shout it out because I want to know where y'all at.
What a ridiculous play. Middleton missed a 3. Celtics run out.
That was a wide
Tatum
receiver.
ahead of the field, lets the defender go by. Oh, okay.
Damn.
He laid it in. It was off the glass.
That's goaltending.
And then Giannis got it. I thought Giannis had a clean block there.
That'd been sick.
Boston by 1, 48-47.
Gamertag Video says, thanks for joining in as well. Denver is a bit overrated. I mean, for a number 2 seed with a record like that, they should breeze through opponents like the Spurs. I think it's a little hard to compare them because they don't have Greg Popovich.
I understand how you sort of say they're overrated because they're a 2 seed, but nobody believes Denver to be a 2 seed. They've got. I wouldn't say they're overrated because nobody says anything nice about Denver. I'd almost say they're underrated.
Yeah. All right, we got Jubby Spring asking what, in all caps, by the way, what do you guys think about the Raptors?
That's loud.
I'm yelling because you were yelling in the comments.
I think the Raptors, they're tough. It seems like most of their players so far in the Sixers series have been really inconsistent outside of Kawhi.
Yeah. I mean,
they scare me. If they advance past the Sixers, which I think they could, I think they're going to get just absolutely clobbered.
You think that if they advance past the Sixers that they get clobbered?
Yes.
Yeah, which is funny because I feel like going into the postseason, people thought they had a very good chance of making it out of the Eastern Conference.
That's what I said. They were my favorite.
Okay.
And that was a bad choice.
And no one expected Kyle Lowry to play like he's never picked up a basketball. It's literally like someone Space Jammed him.
That's been his playoff thing.
That's true, but it's usually only game 1s.
Yeah, and we kind of thought, okay, this is the year you're gonna step forward and do something.
Yeah.
You can't be codependent with DeMar DeRozan anymore.
Right. But
wow, Giannis with a sweet spin move gets down the lane. And Marcus Morris Sr. steps in and takes a charge. That was a hell of a play. And that was a big-time collision. Those are, okay. All men were not created equal. Look at those two compared to me and you. No disrespect to you and or me, but, come on.
Oh, no, I absolutely am just a blip on the radar to the athletic nature
Horford
of these
for
players.
3 to end the first half. Missed it, and halftime it is. Bam, bam.
All right, trying to catch up on all these.
Bam, bam.
The chat is popping tonight.
It is very, very busy.
I'm doing
Let's
a
see.
Chicago Bulls United Center. There's always music at the end of the half. Bam, bam.
I'm going to see if we can go through some of these questions that people are posing kind of rapid fire here. One, LDN asks, what do you think about my boy Steven Adams trade rumors? Didn't even know that there were rumors, but it makes sense. I mean, you paid him all this money. He didn't really perform well in the playoffs. You could flip him for maybe 2 players in return that potentially, hopefully, shooters because that's what OKC needs.
The reason why there's trade rumors from Steven Adams is because somehow, some way, the Thunder have to figure out a way through where they're at. So they don't want to. They're not going to trade Russ. They're not going to trade Paul George. So will anybody take Steven Adams? And what would that look like if we can make a great deal? It's just the bottom line is that
you're not going to make a great deal.
You're not going to make a great deal. And the Thunder, if Russ cannot learn how to play at a different speed as he advances in age to make himself and those around him better. The Thunder are never going to do anything. And that's a big-time ask, but that's what he's got to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. We've got Vasco Antonio ask for a shout-out. What's up, man? He also wants to know if we're Bucks or Celtics fans. We don't claim any stake to either team, but I do think the Bucks are going to win this series and this game tonight. So,
I agree with you on the series, but not the game.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm a Bulls fan.
Well,
If I was picking between these two teams, who I'm a fan of, I would edge Milwaukee.
let's see. Dueling Lord asking for a shout out from please for Filipino. What's up, man? Appreciate you. What else we have? We got LeBron shout outs from the Philippines.
Okay, there's a good one I don't think we talked about. Kawhi's a good player, but he's not a leader. Needs the team to step up consistently. I disagree. I think his quiet nature and his strong, consistent play, that's leading.
Yeah.
You don't have to be outspoken to be a leader.
Exactly. There are different types and ways to lead a team, and just because you're not LeBron and talking about like, oh, if you fall, your brother's going to pick you up, like you don't, like whatever. Like LeBron is very vocal, and that's great, but there are leaders who are more silent and work behind the scenes, and if that's how you want to lead, like Steph Curry to me is a quiet leader.
I believe leading by example is one of the greatest ways to lead.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call Steph a quiet leader.
He's just because he does the whole shimmy thing and doing all that. That has nothing to do with his leading style. I'm thinking about the whole drama that happened with Draymond and KD during the season. The reason that got squashed is because of Steph, and we didn't know that until it came out 2 months later. Because Draymond's like, Steph is the one who we both talked to him about it, and he was the one who helped us reconcile our differences.
And I think Steph is like he might be vocal and he might say things more than Kawhi, but he isn't like. I don't know. He's more wholesome than most other players who are super outspoken.
Aw, what a sweet
Wholesome.
question. Just to give free advertising here. Has anybody tried the double cheeseburger? And this is for the chat. Please chime in here. Have you tried the double cheeseburger at Buffalo Wild Wings?
No.
Because I would never go to Buffalo Wild Wings for a cheeseburger, but they made it. The ad has made it look so good that I'm tempted.
Well, the ad's gonna make it look good regardless.
Yeah, but like
food advertising is a scam.
That food isn't even real.
It maybe that's why I'm looking for somebody to have gone. I guarantee somebody out there has tried.
Why don't you go try it?
Well, because because I'm skeptical, Wilson, and
Okay.
I want to get a ruling. I don't do things before I need a Yelp rating here going on.
I feel like of all people, like you would be someone to go right after it without needing any type of confirmation beforehand that it's quality.
Why do you say that?
Carmelo Pro shout out. We shouted you out a couple times, man, but you know what? Here's another shout out to you. We appreciate you.
I do like to live dangerously on some level here.
And I respect that. I'm not trying to knock at you.
I appreciate it, but like there's certain things where if I'm going to have a double cheeseburger and put my arteries through that experience, I want to know it's worth it. I'm getting up there and I don't have the Wilson youth on my side.
Yeah, well, you did stick me with that mouthful of Oreos that one time.
Right.
So,
Shout out to Jarish Rufino from the Philippines, Celtics fan from the Philippines.
is it the nacho burger? Is that what you're asking?
No, I just want the double
Okay.
cheese. Straight
Someone
up.
said the nacho burger is pretty amazing. So
Really?
Tony's kind of weird, and
He's kind of weird.
Tony had the nacho burger?
he said the nacho burger at Buffalo Wild Wings is pretty amazing. His words.
I mean, I think
Got a Kyrie
I'm
fan in Philippines. So many Kyrie fans in the Philippines. I love it. I love it. I love you guys. I love it. I'm so glad that there are more Kyrie fans like me out there.
Where do you think Kyrie's going, Jasmine?
Where do I think Kyrie's going? It's odd because I feel like Kyrie and Kawhi are very similar. It's just Kyrie talks and Kawhi doesn't. Kyrie talks about the things that I feel like Kawhi thinks about, if that makes any sense. Like
Kyrie talks like
Can you
flat
say that
Earth.
again?
no, not like flat Earth, but like how do I explain this?
I was listening to the Low Post podcast this morning, and they were talking about how like Kyrie just always answers questions in the most roundabout way. Like they said you could ask him like, oh well, how do you think like the adjustments are going? And Kyrie would just say, well, like, oh well, everybody is always evolving, and it's like,
yeah, like I feel
why
like
are you making everything so deep, man?
like I feel like maybe that's how Kawhi is, and Kyrie's just vocal about it. Like that's what I mean by like I feel like they're very
Yeah.
similar and we just don't know it because Kawhi doesn't
Kawhi
talk.
just knows he'll get clowned if he says
Yeah,
the things
like
he's
he's just
thinking,
like,
so
well, I'll just let
he's like,
Kyrie do it
yeah.
all. I think he stays in Boston.
Do you really?
Even
If they lose the series, you still think he stays in Boston?
yeah, I get the whole you can go team up with KD and the Knicks and all
Yeah.
that kind of situation, but this is a great situation to be in right now. Even if it is you and Kevin Durant in New York, you won't have a better supporting cast around you than the Celtics team has right now. Like
For sure,
you're
yeah.
having to go get other like it's going to be you, KD, and who? Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina. Like
Yeah.
what? I don't.
Do you think
Mitchell Robinson?
to any degree does Kevin Durant's performance so far this postseason help Kyrie like want to team up with Kevin Durant a little bit more?
Do you think his
Because KD's been performing at such a high level this postseason, does that make Kyrie go, oh, actually, like I'm going to reconsider, even though I was thinking about staying in Boston?
He knows what he is.
I don't know.
Don't you think?
I don't know. I don't think that.
I think they'd be a great pairing. You go, I go, you go, I go would be a bit of a problem, but I think they'd figure it out.
Yeah, but I see what Jasmine's saying. I mean, okay, you got those two, and then what?
But like, and it's different for the two of them. Like Kevin Durant leaving to go to
You
New York.
talking about
Makes,
New York?
Yeah.
You don't like Kevin Knox?
What has Kevin Knox done except be injured?
I mean,
half of his rookie
it's
season?
if you're comparing the Knicks' current young players to the Celtics' current young players, like
No, of course.
Celtics.
Of course, but you get to play with KD.
Right, but again, it's you and KD, and then you're in the same situation as you were in OKC. There's nobody else around you.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you go to a team where you're having to put in so much effort to then?
it all depends too. If they get first overall pick, then,
Well, it depends on
then
that.
It's a wrap.
It
But
also depends on if the Boston Celtics can get Anthony Davis in a trade. Because if they get Anthony Davis,
I feel
you're
like I feel
Kyrie-
like the time has passed for the Celtics to get AD.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either. They still have the sweetest package. Grant,
If I had to bet on AD going anywhere, I'd say Boston.
This kid on the drums is a baller. I can't even hear this, but
I love it.
It
I want to know
looks-
what song he's playing.
I think it's Kyrie
he's
Jr.
got far better rhythm than me. I know that.
But so here, hold on.
funny.
If KD leaves Golden State, then it's all about which team has the best twosome. It's all about twosomes, not threesomes at that point. So is it going to be LeBron and whoever he gets in LA, Kyrie, KD in New York, Steph and Clay in Golden State? What goes out? What can the Clippers pull off as far as pulling people? Jimmy Butler and someone. I don't know.
The Clippers are really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see what they do this offseason.
I mean, I with the way the salary cap is and what guys are getting paid, it's going to be the two, which is why I think that Kyrie and KD would think that if we play together, we'll figure out the rest and we'll be good.
Let's see. Slicky Slack says he's just, in regards to Kyrie, he said he's just getting. Oh wait, no. He's just setting high expectations for leaving LeBron and isn't exceeding them. So basically saying when he got traded to Cleveland, he was like, I'm going to be, the guy, and he's not been able to live up to or exceed those expectations.
Yeah, well, it's been a learning experience for him, clearly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so I think that would almost make him be like, okay, do I want to go back to LeBron in LA? I don't think he's going to say yes to that.
Yeah.
Do I want to stay here in Boston? Knowing everything I've been to, Kyrie does seem like a bit of a runner. Anybody would argue with that? I don't.
I don't know. I just don't think that.
I think both those guys, like Kyrie and KD are similar in the fact that they both probably want to prove to LeBron they can win without him.
And
do it together.
I mean, KD doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. You've won championships. I don't think that he's proving to the media perception and fan perception. That's who he's not proving anything to LeBron. That's Kyrie.
He wants the recognition though.
He wants the recognition from just everyone in general, noticing that Kevin Durant's the best player on the face of the planet. That's what he wants. It has nothing to do with LeBron James.
Well,
Do you think,
of course it does. He wants to be considered better
what
than
is this
LeBron.
about? Does LeBron not think KD is a good player?
No, but LeBron definitely thinks he's the best player in the game. But he's not going to change LeBron's opinion no matter what happens. LeBron's
right, which is why I don't think that's what he's out to.
But no, he
to
wants
settle.
he wants the recognition from everybody else. You don't think that I think he went to Golden State because he didn't want to be no championship guy, and he was sick and tired of not getting any accolades, getting the recognition that he deserved in his mind. Then he goes and he wins, and it's like, oh, what the hell, man? No one's giving me any credit because I'm on this stacked team.
That's so not true, though. I don't even think that's true. Like,
okay, Dueling
KD's
Lord keeps
got a
asking
ton of
about the
credit.
game. We're not streaming the game, dude. We don't have the rights to do that, so we're just doing live commentary with the game. So you can stay tuned in with us, but we are not going to be showing you the game. Sorry.
There is no game right now either. It's halftime. 49-47 as you see on your screen.
Shout out to CoolScar10. Said that. Well, let me find it. Hold on. Where'd it go?
So why?
Thanks for live streaming this. I'm tuning in because I don't have a TV with me. We appreciate you, CoolScar10.
What's your argument then for why KD would leave Golden State if he's not trying to chase more recognition?
I mean, say that again?
What's your argument for why would KD, which is widely rumored that he's going to leave Golden State, why would he leave if he's not chasing more recognition?
No, I do think he is. I just don't think he's out to prove something to LeBron.
Okay, but I mean, not to prove it to LeBron, but he wants to prove it to the critics, media world, whatever you want to.
Yeah, I agree with.
He wants that, which I would remind KD as he's considering that what we think, what Kenny and Charles and EJ and Sam Amick and whoever else you want to throw in there, the low post, you would listen to the podcast, say, it doesn't matter, man. It's your life. Are you having fun playing hoop in Oakland? Now going to San Francisco for the Warriors? I mean, maybe you're not. But is the reason that you're not having fun is because you're not getting this love that you want? I don't think that love's going to feel all that good.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to New York, like you said, and it's New York media. And
I wonder that, though, with how, now that you said that about all those reporters and how global NBA, like, there aren't really local reporters anymore. Like, if you cover the NBA, everyone sees your stuff. Even if you write for the Charlotte Observer or a local paper, everyone sees it.
Especially if you're covering a good team.
So when reporters put things out like, oh, this player might be a good fit for the Knicks, that, like, kind of goes down a telephone path and turns into these players actually being interested in playing for the Knicks.
Let's see. PJ the Saint says KD needs to be the lead dog on a team. He is the lead dog. He needs a championship, and Kyrie does to its mentality of players. That's a confusing statement. But basically, he's just talking about them teaming up in New York and them doing it for different reasons.
I just think it's pretty clear that he realizes that people think that he jumped on a great team and that they're just better than everybody else, so it's not anything that he's going to get respect for, which is all, I mean, it's all true. And so, okay, I will go over here and do it with one other guy, and you guys will all count me out, and I'm going to win, and it's going to feel sweeter than anything else could possibly feel, and I'm going to tell you all, you know, the old one-finger salute, pretty much. But
yeah,
I just don't know exactly how that's going to feel for him in the end.
Let's pull a question from our question of jars here.
Question of jars, all right.
Jars. Let's see what we got on tap here.
Question of jars or jar of questions?
Question of jars. That's what we're going with. All right, here we go. Rank the 5 best players in this series. 1 to 5.
Rank the 5 best players. Well, the best player in
and for those in the comments, you can rank your 5 best players in the series as well. Let us know.
Okay, I'll go first.
All right.
You guys can have the hard job. Giannis is 1. Who do you got second?
Kyrie is 2.
Okay, who we got third?
Let's see, Giannis, Kyrie.
Middleton, Tatum.
I would go Tatum, and then Middleton.
Where are you putting Al Horford? Is he in that 5, or are you going to knock him out of there?
He's that 5th person, I guess.
You think that's... So, I guess that's fair. Based on that, we're keeping Bledsoe out of there. We're keeping Jaylen Brown out. We're keeping Gordon Hayward out. How far the mighty have fallen.
I mean, it wasn't like... The crazy thing about it is that, like, Gordon Hayward in Utah was good, but it wasn't like he was, like, a superstar. So it's not... I'm not surprised. One, he's coming back from a terrible injury.
Yeah, I don't think Gordon Hayward fell off.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like, okay, this is...
I mean, he had it for a player coming back from an injury like that. Like, he's actually had a decent year.
That's fair.
Let's see. Trollin Lamb 11 says Giannis, Kyrie, Tatum, Middleton, Horford. I think that's what we said, right?
Giannis, Kyrie, Tatum.
That's what we said.
That is what we said. Not in that order, but those are the 5 we came up with.
Well,
I thought that was the order.
Yeah.
Was it?
Tatum, Middleton, Horford. Yeah.
What do I know?
You must be drinking the Tazo Earl Grey tea
Let's
Extra
see.
caffeine.
with extra caffeine,
We've
which is going to make me have to run out here in a minute because
Christian Leal asks, should the Bucks consider offering max contracts to Kemba or Clay instead of Middleton? Ooh. If they, I don't know about Kemba.
I don't believe Clay's leaving. Kemba
needs the ball in his hands a little too much for me to like him on the Bucks.
But that would
Clay
that would be a nice pick and roll combo between him and
Yeah.
Giannis. That'd be sweet to watch for years.
Second half underway here. Boston the basketball to start. Jaylen Brown for three, no good. Chris Middleton the rebound, and we are off and running.
Ooh.
Middleton down the lane.
Brook Lopez.
From the corner.
Oh, that
Nope.
so looked like it was going in.
Missed it. Nico fouled. 2 free throws coming. You guys take it from here. I'll be back.
What do we think of Nico's knee-high socks?
I don't hate it.
I was just looking at that. I was like, damn, that takes a brave person to wear knee-high socks. Like, that's not a baseball player.
I haven't even seen them, to be honest, but
I don't think I've ever seen, like, other than the NBA, I've never seen like a college player or like a high school player
Yeah.
wearing knee-high socks in a game.
NBA players. Okay, yeah. So this is similar to what.
Or no, they're leggings. My bad. Those
yeah,
are not
this
knee-high
is what,
socks.
like-
Take everything I just said. I'm taking it all back. Pretend like it didn't happen.
It's like what Dwayne Wade and Jason Williams did in 2006 when they won the I think it was 2006 when they won the championship
Yeah, it was-
together.
it
They
was
wore like
2006.
the black leggings
Yeah.
all the way up, and that was their look for the year. I thought
Yeah.
that was so cool. When I look back at it, though, it looked like they were wearing tights under their uniform. So
Which is, I guess some wind resistance in an indoor stadium because, all of that wind. You just got to pay attention
gotta
to
deal
it.
with it. Yeah. What is the reasoning for that? Doesn't that get hot? I feel like that gets.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to see like the different players of like Kyrie wears like knee pads.
Yeah.
Like they're like knee compression things, but then you have like Gordon Hayward has the tights, but they don't go all the way down.
Right.
Like the difference in what guys are wearing on the court is very
I
interesting.
would love to see a poll of players and see how many of them wear accessories like this for style versus functionality.
Yeah. Boston down 51-52, by the way. Milwaukee with the ball. Giannis pulling up for three. Oh, and it's good. Giannis for three. Damn,
His
that's
three-point
impressive.
shot, I feel like throughout the playoffs even, has taken a step forward.
Yeah.
It still looks super goofy. But
Giannis has
he's
18
hitting.
points, 7-11 from the field, 9 rebounds, flirting with the double-double. He just hit a three to put Milwaukee up 55-51, but a layup by, I think that was Marcus Morris, I believe, with the layup, puts Boston a little bit further in reach, 55-53. Milwaukee with the ball.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hello. Giannis backing out, kicks it out to Brook Lopez for another three, and, no good. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
So let's go. Keys to the second half here, team. Keys to the second half. I don't know what Boston can do here with Giannis, but they got to do something. Somebody come up with a good idea.
I guess doubling Giannis.
Let's give that a run.
Yeah.
Let's
Try it for a
get it
couple
out of
plays.
his hands.
Yeah,
Let's try that.
We just had a possession when you were using the facilities where Giannis came down, or Bledsoe was coming down. Giannis, I think, came off a screen, and he's wide open at the three-point, and then pulls it up and makes it. That can't happen.
It's just so.
I want him shooting that shot though.
The way the Bucks system is, though, it's so simple. Like if you double team him, then one of their 3-point shooters are open.
Yeah.
And it's the most simplistic system that you could have, but it works.
Reverse layup. Jason Tatum is good. 55 apiece here. 9:45 for the third quarter.
Let's see. Slicky Slack says, the leggings reduce the humidity the legs usually fill without them, from my experience. Thank you for that. That's a very scientific answer. We
As
were
in,
talking
like,
about,
you sweat less, or
well, I think it's just the humidity factor.
It keeps your legs warm.
Yeah. Also, we got someone in the comments who said Giannis is shooting 50% from three in the playoffs.
Eric Bledsoe, as they say in the trade, just beat that. As Gordon came down with a weak lefty layup, Bledsoe came from behind and said, "Get that weak
Say it.
weak shit out of here."
There we go. Yeah, because
No,
it
no.
sounded like you were going to stop.
Yeah, well, I was, but just you got me going here.
Let's see. PJ the Saint says Boston has to keep the score low and slow down the pace.
Ooh.
That's their key to the game.
Ooh.
Wedgie! We got a wedgie.
Three ball from Kyrie from the corner gets pinned between the rim and the backboard. This is
he just put his whole
Ferocious
hand
block,
on
Bledsoe.
Hayward.
how much time does Eric Bledsoe spend in the weight room? He is
Yeah,
ripped.
he's a pretty built dude. My favorite thing Eric Bledsoe has ever done is send that tweet saying, I don't even want to be here. Regarding
I totally forgot about
when
that.
he was in Phoenix, and everyone's like, oh, wow, he doesn't want to be in Phoenix anymore. He was like, I was at the salon or something. And I was like, what are you talking about? That's interesting.
My other favorite Twitter thing is I'm trying Jennifer, CJ McCollum.
Yes, that's a shirt now, too.
Yes.
Wait, what happened? I forget that one.
CJ McCollum, this lady named Jennifer said something about how CJ McCollum is not performing well in the playoffs, and he replied to her, "I'm trying, Jennifer."
She said, "Let me know or start talking when you win a playoff series." And he said, "I'm trying, Jennifer." That's what it was.
And then they won a playoff series, and a reporter asked him about it, and he just started laughing.
And everyone's just like, "Jennifer!" Yeah, it's great.
Are we giving Jennifer some credit for some motivation there?
And she
definitely.
took it. And she took it pretty well too. Like everyone then went to her account, and she's like, "Wow, that's pretty awesome that they ended up winning a series."
I feel like I'd delete my account because I'm sure she got some hate over that.
Oh, yeah.
I probably wouldn't be able to handle that.
Slicky Slack says quadrupled Giannis. It's the only way. It's the only way. Just
I'm
4
down.
on him.
What is
I'm down.
5? What's 5?
I don't even know.
Quintuplets. Quinnim.
What's up, Diego?
guard him?
What you don't want to do is let him get behind the defense for a dunk. This dude is a problem.
Okay, bye, Diego. He said hello, and then he said good night.
Good night, Diego.
Good night.
59-58
Thanks for
Milwaukee.
checking in.
Coming up on the 8-minute mark here for the third quarter. Giannis has 22 on 9 of 13 shooting. He's got 9 rebounds as well. This dude is he continues to impress. I'll put it like that. Senior gets fouled going to the hole. He'll shoot 2.
Brook Lopez is like, no, that foul's on me. Just give it to me.
Let's get you a little update on the box score here. At least I want to see it myself here. 22 for Antetokounmpo, 13 for Middleton. Those are your only 2 Bucks in double figures. The Celtics with 4 in double figures. Brown with 11, Kyrie with 11, Tatum with 11, and Morris with 13. That's interesting.
I like the round, because last game they got no production from anybody on the Celtics, and it was interesting because George Hill scored 21 points off the bench, which is more than the entire bench total for the Celtics last game. So the fact that they're getting a little bit of points from everybody on their team is a good improvement from last game.
Remember when the narrative was...
They're all starters, though. It's just for the record.
I still stand by what I say about Gordon Hayward having a decent year coming off an injury, but
he's over.
Gordon Hayward had one good playoff game, and everyone was like, oh, Gordon
Throw
Hayward's
the max.
back.
Yeah.
And he has 0 points in 16 minutes
Yeah,
tonight.
I mean, like I said, I think last time we did a Celtics game, I asked about, does that contract look terrible? And it does to me. You're paying a dude a max contract who's not playing starter minutes, and he's not putting up the numbers that you wanted him to put up.
Well, in the last 2 games that the Celtics have lost, Gordon Hayward is 3 for 13 combined. He was 2 of 8
Yikes.
in Game 3. He was 1 of 5 in Game 2.
That just shows you how quick the news cycle is, though, because he had one good game, and everyone was like,
He's back.
He's
He
back.
played great in Game 4 against Indiana.
Yeah, then I think that was the only one.
Having a good game in the first round series
Against
is not
Indiana
being
without
back.
their best player.
Yeah.
Rebecca Benedict asks, what's your take on the Raptors? We've talked about this a little bit already, but, I mean...
My take on the Raptors is they're winning that series.
My take on the Raptors is...
And they're a coin flip against whoever comes out of this series, is what I would say.
My take on the Raptors is they need to figure out their plans post-Kawhi because he's leaving.
I don't know if... Okay, we'll see. I'm not so certain he is. There's been... The rumors lately have been that he's fallen in love with the North.
If that's what it is, then that's fantastic because I want him to stay there. It's just, if you can't even get out of the Eastern Conference...
Do you want him to stay there?
In Toronto? Yeah. I like it. Why wouldn't you want him in Toronto?
Because him paired with somebody interesting elsewhere, I think is...
he's got Pascal Siakam. He's interesting.
Yeah, it's a nice story, but I think Kawhi out west...
I think Pascal is going to be a little bit more than a nice story.
Yeah.
We've
sung his praises
I agree.
several
I take
times
that
this
back.
season.
I think perennial All-Star Pascal Siakam. But I also think that
But then why is that not a good pairing? Like, does he need to be with an established star to have success?
He could go play with LeBron.
He could, but like...
I don't think he wants to. If he's going to go to LA, he's going to the Clippers. I don't think he's going to go play under LeBron's
I would love
shadow.
if he goes to the Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Clippers could go a lot of ways. I think they've really set themselves up to succeed regardless of if they get Kawhi or not. They've got draft picks. They've got cap space. They can do a number of different things. They've got a good young core. They've got 2 of the best young rookies.
Yeah.
Because they picked up Shamet in that deal where they sent Tobias Harris and Bobby out.
Yeah.
So I love the Clippers and what they're going to build in the future.
I'll tell you one thing. If I'm Kawhi, I don't put myself in a position where I can somehow end up playing with Jimmy Butler, which could happen if he goes to the Clippers. I would not want that.
I mean, I think Jimmy Butler actually goes to New York before he goes to the Clippers.
I think Jimmy Butler's staying in Philly.
Yeah, or that. Like, if he's leaving, I think that he would go to New York.
I think he'll
first.
stay in Philly and get traded next year or the year after when he inevitably blows up that locker room.
Yeah, when he says to everyone that you need me.
I'm going to bet let's go.
Or just gets mad at everyone for sitting in his chair.
Yeah.
I bet he ends up with the L.A. Clippers.
Okay.
I don't
could be
see
a
that coming at all.
Which would be a great thing for him because he could use some Doc Rivers in his life. Doc is about the only guy out there that maybe would be able to reach him, but it'd be bad for Doc. It would drive him nuts.
Yeah, probably. Let's.
You don't see that at all, huh?
Not really, but I mean,
He wanted
I
to
don't
go
know why. I don't have a reason for you to say,
Okay.
that's definitely not happening. I just can't see him wearing a Clippers uniform.
Let's pull another question.
Why
from
is
the
Giannis
question.
going to the bench? Do we have an understanding of that?
He's tired.
With 8 minutes left in the third quarter, I think we might have missed something. How many fouls does Giannis have?
Which city has the better beer, Milwaukee or Boston, i.e. Miller versus Sam Adams? Sam
Ooh,
Adams
good
has
qu-
better labels and
Wow,
marketing.
labels.
Yeah.
All right,
Giannis does have 4 fouls.
there we go.
Okay, I somehow we slipped on that one, but we didn't slip long, damn it. He's on the bench with 4 fouls, 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
When did he get 3? I don't
He's
remember
getting
any of
ticky-tack
this.
fouls here and there. Like there was one at the rim where they called in. He just jumped straight up.
I do remember that one.
And I don't think that he's going to be sitting for super long.
Especially with
but-
what this is turning out to be.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was an awful
That was a
possession.
terrible possession.
And that was a 3 ball.
You had about 5 pump fakes from Mirotic, passes it to Middleton for a terrible 3-point shot.
Right, with a hand in his face.
The 3-point shooting is so bad tonight. The Celtics 17.4%, the Bucks 24%.
Not good.
The rims are not being nice tonight.
Long series, those legs start to get tired. Good defense by Bledsoe to strip Morris, who would have had a short shot in the lane.
Christian Leal said any chance the Bucks can sign Boogie in the offseason. I think any team
Has a
might
chance.
have a chance at signing Boogie because he will probably be relatively cheap, and I don't know that he's going to have a lot of teams calling his number.
Well, it's interesting. It came out today that Boogie believes he's going to be back this year in the playoffs at some point here.
Which is crazy to me. I don't think, and I get the reason why he would want to, just because he needs, in a sense, some game film for for teams to be like, oh yeah, he could still play. But if I'm Boogie,
Awkward spot for Golden State.
yeah, if I'm Boogie, I'm not risking that. If you're Golden State, do you want that guy out there who's not 100% for your
Nope.
Well, and he hasn't
team?
even
Like,
played that many minutes with like the squad.
yeah.
Yeah, at this point, any more minutes he plays is basically an advertisement for himself.
Let's see, who's that ball? I don't know. That's out on Kyrie. Nice
They
hustle play though.
called a foul on Middleton, his 4th. So that's 4 on Middleton, 4 on Giannis.
Not good.
And we've got a tie ball game, as you see, with 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So this is a key stretch, clearly, for Milwaukee to hang on and for Boston to pull away. If they don't, that's big trouble. 3 ball by Horford is in. Al
There it is.
Horford.
Nice shot. Most important player on the Celtics. Gotta keep saying it.
And now a nifty layup by Bledsoe to make it a 62-61 game.
Let's see, Troll and Lamb 11. Which players do the Celtics need to get to compete for the title? Anthony Davis.
Well, right, that's the easy answer.
But I don't know.
wow, what a
if-
pass from Kyrie to Tatum.
Ooh,
Missed the 3.
I do not know how much better the Celtics are if they get Anthony Davis because you're going to have to give up so much to get him.
Yeah, that's also true. So then the other option is to just kind of run it back again, I guess, and hope.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Jason Tatum to the hole, tried to throw
That
it
looked
down
like a
hard.
clean
But
block to me.
Yeah, that was clean. He tried to end Brooke Lopez's life, and Brooke said no.
great save by Marcus Morris.
Wow.
Went flying into the
Hey,
crowd.
shout out to the man who still held the beer, because that beer is probably $15. I like it.
Oh, and he just jumped. He looked
No
around
one-
for an opening to
yeah.
get back in and was like, "I'm not seeing anything. I'm just going over the front row at this
love it.
point." Good hustle play.
That takes talent.
Is that a senior play?
That is a senior play. To be able to leap over the first row of chairs cleanly, land, don't get hurt, get back up, come back on the court, and then he was in the play at the end.
Yeah.
That's an elite talent. 1 free throw out of 2 for Jason Tatum. Boston by 2.
You know what's interesting? I feel like I've never seen a player jump into the stands, and it happens frequently, and get injured. Like they're always getting injured in weird freak plays that they shouldn't be getting injured in.
It's because the civilians are their cushion. That's why. They're just landing on human bodies. Yeah.
What an incredible layup by Eric Bledsoe as he gets fouled. Tough finish with the right hand. Goes around Senior. They call the bump on Senior. Layup good. Free throw coming.
Julie Soto, is Danny Ainge good? Didn't he have a heart attack? Yes, he did have a minor heart attack before the game before this, I believe,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
And
maybe 2 games ago.
He is good. Last I heard, I think they were going to see a movie during the last game, so he wasn't stressed out during the game. And his family was reportedly taking his phone away from him, so he couldn't check the score.
That's good. That's good.
I can't imagine the amount of stress you're under in that role. So
yeah.
Especially at this point in the year.
Bledsoe missed the free throw. Hayward missed a jump shot again. He's 0 for 4 and has stunk up the joint tonight. Milwaukee, the basketball. Before I forget, story time with Carm. Let's talk Danny Ainge. You ready for this one, Jasmine? I know you're going to like it.
Oh, okay.
Baseline jumper by Ilyasova, no good. Danny Ainge, when he was a player with the Boston...
Wow, just bum rushing their way to the hole. That's a charge.
Crushed George Hill. That is an offensive foul on you, Jason Tatum. When he would come in here with the Boston Celtics, the big 3, Ainge, Bird, McHale, there was a bar in Chicago that was called the Ultimate Sports Bar and Grill. And they had a real hoop in there with a real...
regulation hoop.
Yeah,
okay.
Real old school leather Wilson basketball.
So no Papa Shot nonsense.
No Papa Shot. This is real stuff. 3 ball by Bledsoe, air ball out of bounds, Boston the basketball. And dudes would go in there and they'd shoot for money. Right, for the standard was 5 free throws for dough, and that's what, and it was like the place to be. So this one guy named family Carmen friend Rob Garidi, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5 would make money all night, drink for free.
Ooh, Gordon Hayward with a nice finish at the rim.
Ainge shows up there, challenges Ainge.
Boston up 2, by the way, 65-63.
Ainge comes in. I think he made either 4 or 5 or 5 out of 5. My buddy Rob shooting against him, 1 out of 5, completely choked against the NBAer.
Wow.
Was he just choked under the pressure?
He's just, he's 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. Oh, that's Danny Ainge, can't make a shot. Nope.
Jason Tatum for 3. Nope, off the mark.
Celtics
with the rebound.
Bucks the basketball. Celtics by 2. Bledsoe for Ilyasova gets knocked down by Baines. That's a blocking foul on Aaron Baines.
Let's see. Trollin Lamb 11. Who is at fault for the Celtics not being at their best / performing at their full potential?
Hard to blame. Everybody wants to point at Brad Stevens. I don't think it's fair.
Wouldn't it be? I mean, it's not really his fault, but Gordon Hayward.
I don't think it's Gordon Hayward's fault. I think it's Brad Stevens' fault because you're the one who's putting the rotations out there on the floor. You're the one who decided to start Gordon Hayward at the beginning of the season and didn't realize until like a third into the season, like, oh, he needs to be coming off the bench. Like, it starts at the top with, for me, Kyrie's been consistent all season long. Like,
Has he? Because I would say it's Kyrie.
Which I get the whole media storm that he, caused whatever, but Brook Lopez with the dunk, by the way.
Tip dunk,
ties it up 65 all.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think it's I started at the top and I think it's Brad Stevens.
I don't know. I think some of the things Kyrie has said this year kind of puts everyone in an awkward position and kind of shook up their culture a little bit.
And it's not just what he says on the court.
He's what? He's teaching. He's helping guys up. He's telling them, "Hey, you need to do." On the court, Kyrie Irving is not LeBron James, or he's rolling his eyes at his teammates. He doesn't do that on the court. I've never seen him do that.
Pretty frustrated a lot of the time directing around. I don't.
That's a leader, though, right? Like you, as a point guard, are directing where your teammates need to be. That's kind of part of your job.
He does it more out of what I would call reactivity than actually.
I don't even know what you mean by that.
I mean, he's just like, he's all just frustrated and he's pointing things out. Whereas if you get in the huddle with a true leader, it's just a more like it's like Kyrie's whining when he's directing these guys versus just firmly telling them what he needs, what's key for Boston in that moment for success. I don't think he's very good at delivering his message. It strikes me that he's not respected.
Yeah. For those asking about, showing the live game, again, we are not able to show the game. We are offering commentary to the game. So please stop asking because we're not going to show you the game. We would get sued. We would get in trouble. We would no longer be able to do this.
Slicky Slack said it's like chess. The players are just pieces. The coaches are what determines who wins. And I will say that is my favorite part of the playoffs is that basically all of these teams are super talented. There's not really any scrubs on the court for the most part. And it does come down to,
nice
in a 7-game series,
George Hill.
What adjustments can a coach make that are small or big that win them the game?
That's you look at game 1 and game 2 of this. Game 1, Milwaukee got the break speed off of them. Game 2, he starts Nico Mirotic, and they've won both games.
And in the Sixers
that's
series,
an adjustment.
like putting Embiid on Siakam, things like that.
Those are adjustments that the coach is making.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
But hold up, the players play. These guys are super talented. You can't.
But when it's in the playoffs and it's at this level, you can count on hopefully a certain level of proficiency, where the marginal improvements from the coach are going to be what makes a lot of the difference.
It's giving the coaches a lot of credit. I struggle with it.
I don't think it's every coach. You can't say that about any team that's ever been coached or any LeBron team. There's not every coach in the league is dictating all this kind of stuff, but it's Brad Stevens, and he's known for being super hands-on. Guys like Brad Stevens, Popovich, Doc Rivers, those coaches, they do have to carry some of the fault because
Mike Budenholzer has done a hell of a job with the Bucks this year.
But
by the way, we're down to 3 minutes left here in the third quarter, and Giannis has been out for the last 5 minutes, and the Bucks have extended the lead by a point.
Which is impressive because we were freaked out while he was on the bench.
Yeah, and Middleton's been on the bench. Connaughton missing a short shot in the lane. But this has not been a disaster. In fact, it's been a plus for Milwaukee, which is huge.
I think it just says a lot about how deep Milwaukee is. Going into the postseason, I was concerned. Not a whole lot of playoff experience, but, man, they're good.
Yeah, especially not having Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah,
Milwaukee, George Hill with the 3, 72, 8, 68.
Bledsoe
Eric Bledsoe on the sidelines looking like this, super hyped.
Milwaukee basically has that in their back pocket. Forgot who it was that said Brogdon is basically, Malika Andrews said Brogdon's basically ready to go. He's been playing 5-on-5, but Bud is basically just his style is we're going to leave him, let him heal as long as we can until we need him.
That makes sense. I mean, they haven't really needed him yet.
Right. So if you can save him, just whip him out at some point in the Eastern Conference Finals or even the finals.
That seems dangerous, though. If he's ready to go, don't you want to get him up to speed as quick as possible and get him in rhythm?
That's also true. That's the other side of it. But if you take a 3-1 lead in this series...
Oh, yeah. You
that's
rest
different.
him.
Yeah. I mean, they're holding their own, like you said, without Giannis and Middleton on the floor.
If they do take a 3-1 lead, it's this particular stretch. I mean, we had timeout on the floor right now. Boston has called time with the Bucks leading by 4.
I think it's different. If it were Giannis and he had been out with injury and then he was ready to go, if it's Giannis, you play him if he's ready to go.
Yeah.
If it's Malcolm Brogdon, you can win the game without him.
Yeah.
He's going to make a huge difference if he's playing, but you can win without him.
Let's see. Ivan asks, and thank you for joining us, is Milwaukee able to beat Golden State?
I hope so.
No,
yes, just because it's what I want. I'm trying to speak into existence. No, they can't, unfortunately. They can't.
Well, if you want to make an argument for the Bucks or any team in the Eastern Conference, you need, and Golden State, the Rockets are coming up next after this one. Not that we're going to be here.
Nope.
But you need Golden State playing 7-game series.
Mm-hmm.
You need them getting pushed in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, Charles Barkley's somehow picking the Portland Trailblazers to come out of the West, which is ridiculous. But you're going to need a Damian Lillard. Let's get a Dame miracle in the Western Conference Finals, or I suppose the Nuggets. I mean, series tied at 2. If I had to bet my life on it, I'd probably say Denver's winning that series. That's
yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to bet my life on that series. That one's tough to call.
Yeah, it's a good series. It's so far been kind of the best.
I can't believe Nikola Jokic played over 60 minutes in a basketball game.
And then he came back and played great again and then won.
I feel like he looks gassed after running up the court 3 times.
His body is very deceiving, clearly.
Yeah. I can't believe he broke the microphone.
Yeah, and he does
more
that
than once.
He does that every game, pretty much. He doesn't know how to use it. It's hilarious. Let's see. Going back to our argument about coaches and players and who has power, PJ the Saint says, I don't agree. It's about matchups, and the top players, coaches are for out of timeouts and late game situations. Meaning that's That's the only time coaches are really relevant.
I mean, listen. In my mind, players' league all day long.
I think it depends. Like kind of like you said, like Tyronn Lue with the Cavs. Like I'm sure he wasn't doing a ton, but Budenholzer with the Bucks, like it feels like he has the reins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, in that scenario, it's like finally they got a coach up there who can coach. See you later, Jason Kidd. And you knew that Milwaukee always had the talent and they were underachieving. It was ridiculous. Like, what do you mean you're like they were an under 500 club at times?
Yeah.
So that was.
Which shows that having a really good coach is very important. So.
Yeah, it does back up Wilson's argument very, very much so.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Ding.
But I would fight back and say it just shows that you just can't have an awful coach.
That is true.
I mean, he's just.
You have to have a happy medium.
Like, just give me somebody credible.
And it's not Jason Kidd. Ever.
Like
It's
if it was Terry Stotts in Milwaukee, I think they'd be doing fine.
Yeah.
How about shout out to you, Terry Stotts.
Yeah.
You Portland Trailblazers.
Ooh, is Al Horford for the 3? No.
I mean, if Doc Rivers was in Milwaukee, the Bucks would be doing this.
Terry Rozier almost just fought off like 4 Bucks at one time for a rebound.
We are in a huge danger zone here. Huge danger zone for the Celtics as the Bucks go up 6. Jumper good in the
It's that
lane from
third quarter
Sterling
again.
Brown.
With Giannis still on the bench. That's the most impressive thing about this is that they're able to still play this well. And Kyrie's on the floor and Giannis isn't. And the Celtics are still just sputtering.
See, I hate. Okay.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
That was great. Ooh, bang out.
Oh my God,
Damn.
Pat Connaughton with
What?
Damn, for the
What
home
a set
crowd,
of
ladies and
plays for
gentlemen.
Pat
Pat Connaughton. Woo.
threw it down with 2 hands with authority.
That he cocked it all the way back, feet and mid. I want to see a picture of that.
After a
dunk. I
great
need that.
closeout, that was arguably a foul, but
That was a great reaction play to get, like, right here, tip, throw it, and then just whack. That's fantastic. I love that. That's great.
He just threw that down. No dust in that.
that
net.
looked like
Damn.
a
I'm
Rube
impressed.
Goldberg machine of a basketball play.
That's
So Kyrie was just called for a travel in the lane, which I haven't seen called all year. He was incredulous that whichever referee blew the whistle on that. And now George Hill banks it in off the
Into the
glass,
layup.
and the Bucks are up 10. Wow.
Yeah, this one's
Wow.
what did I say about this game? It was the third quarter was just going to crack wide open.
and Milwaukee
Little did I know it was
Milwaukee
without Giannis.
is outscoring the Celtics 31-21 so far this quarter. So
Swing it. Why didn't you? Jaylen Brown was open for 2 seconds.
See,
And he's open again. He's open in the corner. He's open and a turnover.
Marcus Smart dribbling the basketball endlessly, turns it over. Connaughton to the
Pat
glass.
Connaughton game.
I thought that was goaltending,
Yeah.
but apparently not. Clean block. Celtics run out 3-on-2. Tatum in the lane, banks it in.
We got the Bucks fans going wild in the chat. Super hyped about this. About the Pat Connaughton
As they should be.
dunk. About them being up 8 points, 37 seconds to go in third quarter without Giannis on the floor. Big show from the Bucks.
Not only do you survive without Giannis, you're going to have a fresh Giannis coming into the fourth quarter.
Like he sat out majority of the third, right?
He went out with 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes.
That's crazy.
He doesn't have that level of rest since they played the Bulls in February.
How was that game?
Memorable, Jasmine. Very memorable.
Let's see. We got questions about who do we have coming to the Eastern Conference Finals from Ivan? Who do we have going to the Eastern Conference Finals, guys?
I could go either way on Sixers Raptors. Here it's definitely the Bucks. If I have to pick someone, Sixers Raptors. I don't know. Kawhi's been so good. I think
Raptors.
the Raptors.
So Raptors and who?
Bucks.
Bucks.
Raptors and Bucks.
Raptors, Bucks. I say Sixers, Bucks. I think the Sixers win that series.
I could go either way on that Sixers Raptors series. I think that one's going to go 7.
Yeah, I think the Sixers upset just because, unfortunately,
Is
Kawhi
that an
can't do it by
upset,
himself.
though? Because their starting lineup is so good. It feels like they should be,
Well, it's an upset just based on seed. Well, it's a 2-3 seed, so I guess not.
yeah.
But they do have, in terms of like odds, they're like 4th in the Eastern Conference to like win the East. So
The Sixers are, or
the
the...
Sixers are pretty positive. Let's see. Do we think
I'll tell you what we think.
Kyrie can lead his own team? That's from Rebecca Benedict.
It's
Thank
up
you
in
for
the
watching,
air.
Rebecca.
I'll tell you one thing.
So, like, if he went to the Knicks and KD didn't come with?
I guess. I mean, he's kind of. This is the situation of like leading your own team right now. He's kind of in that situation already.
Yeah.
And
So would you call this situation a positive for his leadership or a negative?
I mean,
George Hill just picked up his 4th. He's going out of the game. Bledsoe coming back in.
Kyrie looks gassed.
yeah, he does. Look, he's got gray hair.
He
coming
looks
in.
like he's on his way to New York.
Kyrie is 5 of 17 from the field. Second free throw is good.
Not a great.
80-72. I'll tell you one thing that I believe. I think that everyone believes. Celtics can't win unless they're making a good percentage of their threes. And right now they're 5 for 29, 17%. It ain't going to work. Nico, pull up 20-footer, short, rebound off of Gordon Hayward's
Just
hand.
threw it out of bounds.
We've got Angelo Rodriguez
I
saying
guess I keep
Hayward
him
needs to
involved.
show in this game, but sadly he hasn't. Yeah, that's
No,
true.
he is not.
You're
Has
right
he
about
scored
that.
yet? He has scored. He has 2 points now.
Bummer.
1 second left here in the third quarter. We'll see if the Bucks can make this really hurt. And the officials are having a conversation.
But, you know, with George Hill going out with 4 fouls, the plus side is Giannis and Chris Middleton are coming back. So it's not even like it's a, dang, George Hill has 4 fouls.
And they haven't even brought either of Giannis back. And my guy Tony Snell can't get on the court. Bucks paid him a pretty penny.
Yeah, they are. Wow.
Tony Snell's just
Just
hanging
shows
out.
how deep this team is.
Bledsoe to inbound. Smart the steal. 78-footer off the rim.
Dang, that was close. People in the front row were like, oh, so close.
All right, 8-point game to the 4th.
Got a good game here. But I feel like when Giannis comes back, a rested Giannis is coming back in the 4th quarter, and Kawhi looks, like you said, gassed.
Yeah.
It was
And
smart.
Giannis wants to win so bad. Like,
Yeah.
This is terrible. Well, Boston's either going to get hot and make it a game, or they're not, and we're going to go home early.
I mean, there have been a couple people in the comments saying, like, Kyrie's got to come in clutch in the 4th quarter, which he's known to do, and especially in big moments. He likes those big moments. So we could be about to witness an all-time Kyrie performance in the 4th quarter. I would not be surprised by that.
Okay, so he didn't rest at all in the third. He's played 31 minutes. So if he's going to play the entire 4th, now you're looking at a 43-minute game, and you're asking him to be competitive. I think you got to buy him a couple minutes right here.
Yeah.
So Terry Rozier, come on down.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, by the way, is 1 for 5. So
From the field?
Yep.
What is he from 3? Is he shot
0
at 3?
of 3 from 3.
Oof, that's not great.
Marcus Smart is 1 of 6, all from 3. Perhaps Marcus Smart should go to the basket. Gordon Hayward's 1 of 5, 0 of 2 from 3.
Not a lot of great shooting. So that's why Kyrie's been playing as much as he has, because when your team's not making buckets and you're the only one who is a walking bucket, you kind of have to be out there.
The only Celtic who is doing anything from the three-point line is Marcus Morris. Senior's 1 for 2.
yeah, but
Man.
on the Bucks side too, they only have 2 players who have made more than 1 3-pointer.
Right,
Like,
and-
both of these teams are shooting terribly.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is
Right.
crazy.
Bucks are 7 of 31 from 3, which is not good. Or not even close to good.
No,
See, Slicky Slack said Bucks are known for closing out close games.
Slicky Slack makes another good point.
PJ the
Slicky
Saint
Slack.
says Hayward is too slow to have an impact on the game because of his injury. He's lost a lot of speed and athleticism. Hard to get it back. I've had the same injury. Dang. Well, I'm sorry you've had to experience that injury, PJ. That's
that's a pretty
sucks.
gruesome one.
Yeah.
Bucks have 6 turnovers to the Celtics 11.
Can't CJ says Giannis is going to have his moment in the 4th. So this, which I agree with. He, like we've said already 5 times, it feels like didn't play a lot in the 3rd quarter. He could be blowing the doors off of this game in the 4th quarter. And Can't CJ said this is the series right now. This game determines if Boston's going back to Milwaukee with this series tied 2-2 or
Right.
is facing an elimination game when they go back to Milwaukee.
Yeah, it feels in reach if they win tonight.
Yeah.
It
Oh, yeah,
feels
for sure.
Just completely over if they don't.
It'd be amazing if they came back from 3-1 and then we have another meme on our hands of a team blowing a 3-1 lead. That'd be great.
Would it be great though? I don't know if I want to relive the same meme again.
I think it's a great meme. I love it. It's got many uses. Let's see. Trollin Lamb 11 says Giannis somehow flops that 4th quarter. Terry Rozier will help. All right. Hopefully, if Terry can, and Terry
Someone's-
can get hot really quick.
The
so
Celtics are going to need somebody to do something.
Let's do another question.
what are you?
We're doing the final countdown.
Um,
Music for the fourth.
No, Con, the stream will get shut down.
Don't do it.
Never mind.
we've got another comment.
Just sing it out loud.
Earlier in the season, Anthony Davis listed Milwaukee as a place he'd like to be traded to. Does
Yes.
that team win a championship?
Does a team with Anthony Davis on it and Giannis win a championship? Commenters, we want to know, but also us.
Hells to the yes, they do. I mean, the Bucks might win the
Especially-
title this year.
Especially if Golden State kind of has those seismic changes that are supposedly going to happen.
Seismic changes, which is funny.
One way to not get back in the game if you're Boston is to foul Pat Connaughton shooting a three-pointer. He's going to go shoot 3 free throws.
Guy with
Pat
a Phillies hat
Connaughton
in the first row.
showing
with a-
up.
Okay, there's a guy in the first row with a Phillies hat and a Marcus Smart hoodie.
Yeah, that's an all-time troll. I love it, but it's a confusing troll.
Is Marcus Smart from Philly?
Good question.
Yes, he is.
Oh, so that, okay, maybe he's buddies with Marcus Smart.
So, just for the record, it's a great night in Boston right now as the Bruins are up 1-0 on the Blue Jackets, Game 6 of that Eastern Conference second-rounder, just to keep things, just seeing if everything's going Boston's way.
Tony's kind of weird has gotten closer to winning an NBA championship than Anthony Davis.
That's true, unfortunately. It's very true.
Red Sox are losing to the Orioles 4-1. Go Baltimore.
It's a score of the Yankees game.
Troll and Lamb, in terms of that
7-3
question.
Yanks.
Oh, there we go.
Troll and Lamb 11 says about Giannis and Anthony Davis, it's too similar. Giannis and AD are very similar and may fight to be the top on the team. I think they could
That's not
coexist.
true. AD is a classic number 2. He's not an alpha, in my mind.
Yeah, you've said that multiple times.
I think he would do great alongside Giannis, who wouldn't overwhelm him as a number 1, but would put him in a comfortable spot. They're showing Pat Connaughton at St. John's Prep School pictures from when he was in Danvers, Massachusetts as a kid. Now he's playing a TD guard and dunking all over the Celtics. That's a nice career path right there.
Yeah.
Life path, I should say. Kyrie, a steal on an errant pass down the lane, travels, no call, missed the layup. Or did they call the travel?
They call the foul.
Called a foul. Kyrie got away with one there.
Yeah.
2 free throws for Kyrie, who did not get any rest. As Brad Stevens knows, that this is apparently feels there's absolutely no room for error. Free throw good. Maybe Kyrie.
Carm, when you shoot your free throws,
He doesn't look tired. I'll say that about Kyrie right now.
Cloudman.
is your foot on the line or are you stepping back a little bit like Kyrie does?
I'm on the line.
Cloudman asks, "What's wrong with the Celtics?"
A lot.
What would you pinpoint it in this game? Not overall.
There's
just
just
this game.
their chemistry's been off all year.
I'm talking about this game.
This game particular.
This game's the
Yes,
shooting.
I wanna know what this game-
16.7% from beyond the arc.
They can't shoot,
You
and-
can't win with that.
And they also can't guard Giannis, who just laid in another, just overpowered Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum cannot guard Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Nobody can guard Giannis.
Well, yeah, but Tatum's particularly terrible. Like, at least Horford will make it tough for him physically for a second. 3 ball from Marcus Smart is a terrible shot, and it's an air ball. Oof. That was just disgusting. Marcus Smart, been on the injury list. Oh! Could have a flagrant foul here as Giannis going to the... Well, we'll see. Giannis is fouled. Free throws coming. Now, so this is what I'm talking about, Kyrie.
That every player in the league does that. That's not a Kyrie thing. That's every player in the league does that. Like, we could put a montage together of players making faces or yelling things. Like, everyone does that. That's not special to him.
There's just a certain immaturity.
You just don't
going.
like Kyrie.
That's not true. That's not true. Hit the biggest shot in the history of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
PJ the Saint says Celtics have never been able to shoot outside of Kyrie.
Is that accurate? Because
I don't know. I'd have to pull up the
Jason
numbers on
Tatum had a ton of big shots last year.
that is last year, though. This is this year. And this series, the Celtics have not been doing great, aside from that Game 1 win.
They did look great in Game 1.
Yeah.
And that seems like 10 years ago. Giannis misses both free throws. 10-point game.
Highway Patriots says Boston has no bench help tonight. Yeah, they didn't have any bench help on during Game 3 either, so this is not great.
I'll tell you another thing. Boston,
Horford for 3, nails it.
All right,
Finally, a single
84-77.
There we go. 3-ball falls for Boston.
Our scoreboard is frozen at 10:19. It's
there we go.
we got 9:48 left
An
here.
acrobatic and one for Giannis. Damn, that's impressive. Showing off some skills there.
Oh boy,
Look at
that
this.
is tough.
Oof. And still finishes through the contact. Not like it was much. It was just Kyrie.
I mean,
but-
this is like taking candy from a baby right now for
Look
Giannis.
at how close his hand is to the rim, just standing there. Like he
Yeah.
basically just has to like, doop, just a little teardrop.
I want to give credit to the Bucks defense. I mean, the Celtics look like they have open shots all over the place, and Milwaukee just rapidly says, "Yeah, no, you're not open."
Yeah.
I mean, their closeouts have been phenomenal.
They play great defense. And I don't know if this, I mean, during the regular season, Milwaukee was playing like playoff defense all season. And I thought going into the playoffs, they'd be exhausted, but they've been consistent. You know, aside from that game one failure, they've been consistent throughout the entire postseason, which I find very impressive.
Tough shot in the lane, Jaylen Brown, 87-79, Bucks by 8.
Ivan asked, can Kawhi guard Giannis? That would be an interesting. That'd be interesting.
But wow, beautiful cut by Niko Mirotic. Good feed from Bledsoe in the layup. Good.
Look at them hustling back on D. Picking up. Ooh.
Kyrie missing
All
the layup. Milwaukee coming down 2-on-2. Bledsoe to the glass, lays it in with the left hand. I think we're going to get a timeout from the Celtics, and we will. Timeout, Brad Stevens.
If the Raptors do get matched up with the Bucks, who are you having guard Giannis? Are you putting Pascal on him?
I think you have to put Pascal on him.
I would think you have a whole lot of Serge Ibaka.
I don't think
know.
Serge can keep up with him. He's
I
too
think
slow.
he'd get burnt. He'd
Yeah.
get barbecue chicken all day long.
Every single time down the floor. You have to put an athletic person on him.
Yeah,
even if it means putting a smaller person on him.
Pascal's got that wingspan for it.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to get burnt on a couple possessions,
Yeah.
but you're going to have to give that up if you're going up against Giannis.
Big
Maybe-
weight differential.
I think
Maybe
you
Marc
position
Gasol,
it in a
though?
way. Yeah, maybe have him positioned at the rim, like
Yeah.
just playing that rim position. Maybe they switch to zone or something like that for parts of that series.
You cannot guard Giannis. He is
No, but you can try to slow him
and
down.
that's,
unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to him and Harden, you can force Harden into shots that you know are bad for him. That floater, not a good shot for him. If you can force him into that, that's a good move.
Send
With
him-
Giannis, there is no shot that you can push him toward that you are less confident than any other shot.
Yeah.
He can find a way with pretty much anyone guarding him.
Let's see. We've got Big Ben Wallace asking who's winning the Philly-Toronto series. Nice feed into that.
Ben Wallace. Anybody?
That wasn't an answer.
Who's winning the series?
Philly-Toronto series. Who's winning?
Toronto.
I keep saying Toronto.
Toronto, Philly. Another question from T. McElmore. Do you think starting Smart was a good idea? Why or why not? Marcus Smart didn't start this
I
game.
don't know.
He didn't
No,
start.
he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't start this game.
Would it have been smart?
Questions. I think maybe he gets to start next game. Well, actually, no, I don't, because he's not on a minutes restriction, but they said that they're going to play him in spurts. So I don't
Right.
think we'll see a start from him until actually if they lose this game, he might start because they have to win the next game.
Right.
But let's see. PJ the Saint, are the Bucks going to the finals? Not the Eastern Conference Finals, but the finals.
It would appear so.
I don't see a team stopping them.
No. And I was skeptical of them going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were, but great team, well coached. They've been consistent all year long. They've stuck to what works for them, and they've got a player that's nearly unstoppable. So,
James Sawyer says Bucks and Warriors will make a killer finals. I actually agree. I mean, I know it's not the sexiest matchup we could get because not a lot of people really care about Milwaukee, but being able to see Giannis on a big stage like that on the finals, I think would be
Awesome.
Maybe I'm
amazing to watch.
Maybe I'm ignorant to what most NBA fans want because I just love watching Giannis and I've enjoyed watching this Bucks team, but that feels like a good finals matchup.
Yeah,
to me.
I like
feels
it.
quality.
It might not be close, but I
Yeah.
would just love to see Giannis in a
And
finals.
I think even casual fans can appreciate what Giannis has done this season, and that's a potential future face of the league.
Yeah. Let's see. Kevin Ramos says Gasol versus Lopez low-key sounds like a good matchup. Yeah, it does. I mean, both of them can shoot threes. Both of them, I
Yeah.
think. I mean, I don't know that that's like a matchup to watch, but it's a good matchup of two big dudes.
I don't know if Brad Stevens, by the way, has anything left in the tank, but whatever he's got better throw it out right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are not thrilled about the Celtics play right now. A lot of people saying Irving's leaving, he's going to the Knicks.
Yeah, our guys at Fast Break Breakfast already have Kyrie of the Knicks and the Celtics trading for Mike Conley.
Imagine your getaway plan being the New York Knicks.
And James Dolan.
People want to live in the Mecca, baby. Jaylen Brown for Horford. Short shot off the glass is good.
Woo.
91-81.
10-point
Okay.
game. A lot of people are still saying Boston's done. If you guys are Boston's fans, you guys are giving up on your team. It's a 10-point game.
Yeah,
Still
I mean, it's still
8
in
minutes
reach.
left.
It feels like a pretty tall mountain, though. I got to tell you.
A
Things could
Giannis-sized mountain.
Things can change quickly with a three-point shot.
And they're okay. Missed shot.
Bledsoe shooting a three way off the mark. Senior the rebound. Senior for Horford for Tatum. He'll shoot a three. Make a three.
Jason Tatum for the three. Single-digit game again.
91-84. Man.
Here come the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum, 17 points, 6 of 12 from the field. That was the first three-pointer he made this game.
Giannis up top around a screen. Throws it out of bounds.
Here comes Boston. Tightening up on defense. Jason Tatum made the first three-pointer of the night at the perfect time.
Wide open. Giannis sagged off. Kyrie in the lane. Out for Senior. Open three.
Oh,
Nope.
You got to make
Rebound
it.
to Giannis. You got to make it.
You got to make that shot, man.
Bledsoe running. Hill for three. Bang, bang, no.
You also have to make that. Come on, George Hill.
Celtics coming back. Down by 7. 7.5 to go. Horford at the foul line has an edge on Hill. To the glass. Layup good.
Here we come.
Took advantage of that mismatch.
It's the first time in a while the Celtics have had a mismatch against the Bucks defensively.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's been having them all night. And
That's
now,
a good timeout to call from Budenholzer.
Yeah.
And Booty takes time.
Booty.
Booty.
Booty. All right, the crowd is lively at TD Garden. That's fantastic to see because I feel like they've, not that we can hear it, but it seems pretty dispirited in there.
I mean, we just basically buried the Celtics, or I did, and now they just made it a 5-point game. It still feels like a tall mountain.
5 points though? I don't know.
It's nothing. It's a stop and a 3, and it's a 1-possession game. Or a 2-point game.
Which team's future would you prefer to have, Milwaukee or Boston? Milwaukee or Boston?
I'd bet on Milwaukee with Giannis. But that's tough because
Future, though.
Yeah, I know.
I'd rather.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
Well, I'm still going with Milwaukee because Giannis is more than all of those players combined.
I think I would be as well. It's a question I have to pause about, but
It also comes with a lot of like what ifs because, like we said, what if all like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown aren't there this summer because they've been traded for Anthony Davis or someone else. Like,
Yeah.
So Celtics' future could look not too young like in 3 months from now. So I'm going with Milwaukee because they have Giannis under contract for at least a couple more seasons.
would you rather play in a small market like Milwaukee or a bigger market like Boston?
Us personally, I would like to play in a Milwaukee situation. Personally, I'm of the ideal of Giannis and not wanting to be followed around by TMZ in LA and all that. Just let me go to the gym, play basketball, come home, enjoy being able to walk around, the streets. I'm sure he gets noticed because he's 7 feet
I don't think
tall.
you can just walk around.
But I mean, it's still Milwaukee, and I'm sure there's people who are really respectful of his.
when you're that tall, even if you don't know who it is, I'm sure you're like, oh, that guy probably plays basketball.
Yeah, be like, oh, he's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I don't even think we told you this. We were at the Cubs game yesterday, and we ran into the back of Sean Marion and his child.
I saw the pic.
Yeah, it was wild.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
We were walking across the crosswalk. He was just there. It was very surprising. No security, nothing.
Shawn Marion's in town, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was decked out in Cubs gear, and his kid had a brand new Cubs hat on. I was like, wow.
He's a Chicagoan. God bless.
Small market.
I'm putting on the Celtics green. If you're testing me, I can play for Boston, Milwaukee. I'll go to.
The history.
I'll play for the history.
Okay.
I'm a Boston Celtic.
I'm with Carm. I like bigger markets in general. I guess but I like bigger cities. Nothing against those cities like Milwaukee, but I don't know. It just feels like more opportunity in places like Chicago, New York, Boston.
Yep.
Even Philly. Philly's not huge, but
And in terms of market size in the two, like Milwaukee and Boston, they're actually not that different. Like I was looking up the rankings of like the top 10
Really?
cities and everything, and they're both very low on the totem pole because Boston's not that big.
Yeah.
But Boston's obviously a little bit bigger than Milwaukee.
When
but
it comes,
it's like
yeah, when it
it's
comes
like
to
a 5
sports,
numbers
though,
difference.
too, with the expectation that comes with Boston sports, I think that's part of what makes them feel
Oh yeah,
so
for
big.
sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Milwaukee's got the Brewers who have been doing fantastic last season, and I mean this year they're kind of struggling right now, but they started off really hot.
And you could throw the Packers in there maybe as
yeah, you
kind of
can-
like most Milwaukee fans
Yeah,
are probably
Wisconsin
Packers fans
area.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
How far is Green Bay from Milwaukee? I don't
No
know
idea.
much about Wisconsin.
Green
Yeah.
Bay is about 2 hours further north from
Wow.
Milwaukee,
That is north.
roughly.
North.
Why wouldn't they just put the Packers in Milwaukee? Milwaukee Packers.
They used to have to play some home games in Milwaukee, but
That's how it should be.
that's long ago now. All right, back to live action here. Damn it, or somewhat live action. The Bucks the basketball with a 5-point lead. Senior is guarding Antetokounmpo right now, one-on-one.
Trying his best. Oh, no look pass to Lopez.
Oh,
Nails
wow.
a 3. Brooke Lopez for the 3.
Wow, that was tough right there.
That's a killer shot.
Good play out of the timeout, I suppose. Kyrie to the hole, missed the layup, rebound to the Bucks.
I feel like he's been missing a lot of those this game. A lot of those bunnies at the rim.
Yeah.
Like he's just not finishing.
It was a contested layup. Now Giannis getting in the lane, short shot, no. Connaughton nearly had the rebound, but Kyrie able to corral it. Celtics run down 8. Tatum for 3, nope. These are not. I wouldn't. Would you call that a good shot? I'd
No,
say-
it's not a good possession at all.
I mean, one pass ahead. He's not really set firing
They
a
had,
3.
what, 20 seconds left on the shot clock?
And
or
there's
something
6
like
minutes
that?
left in the
Yeah.
game. Like that's not the shot you need.
This is feeling 3 ball from Middleton out front. That
Dang.
wasn't a good shot either.
Damn.
Celtics the rebound.
He was looking for the foul on that.
Jaylen Brown down the lane,
He just
traveled,
traveled.
no call.
He traveled.
Rejected cleanly. Bucks run now 3-on-2.
Too easy.
Hill layup good. Oh, he missed a
Oh,
layup.
Giannis
gets the-
bulldozing.
Oh my God, that's a bad turn of events.
Oh, that's a terrible call. That's not
Oh,
a foul.
mean mugging.
That's a foul on Giannis.
So George Hill missed a wide open layup, but the Celtics were just lackadaisical. And Giannis beat him to the basketball,
No,
got
yeah,
the
no,
rebound, and
that's
then
not a
Kyrie
foul.
fouled him.
Yeah.
That was a terrible foul by Kyrie.
I thought it was a foul on Giannis because Al Horford dropped to the ground, but it looks like he just fell. Wow. Wow. How many times has he been to the line tonight, Giannis?
Giannis at the line after this free throw, which is good, 97-86.
That would be his 8th free throw, looks like.
Wow.
Or
Okay,
7th.
so Kyrie's 5th personal foul as well. So he's playing with 5 fouls with 5 minutes left.
Kyrie,
And
sweet move with the left hand. Layup good and 1 free throw coming. Ooh, now Kyrie for the first time looks tired.
Yeah. I mean, he looked tired the last time he shot free throws, too.
But that was maximum effort to get to the hole there.
I mean, and it sucks because, you know, the rest of your teammates aren't really helping you out. You're giving them the ball, and they're just bricking every single shot that they're shooting, it feels like. Like,
True.
he's
and-
giving
but
them opportunities, and
he's
they're just
also,
not.
he's also 6 for 20.
Oh, yeah, no. He's shooting poorly, but he's the only one. I mean, what does the rest of the stats look like for the rest of the starters for Boston?
Let's pull it up here. Not good.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Chris Middleton for 3, no good.
The Celtics starters are Morris, seniors 4 for 8. That's not
Okay.
terrible. Wide open 3 for Horford. Got to have
shot,
it.
big
Missed
sh-
it
damn.
bad.
Front of the rim.
Side of the rim. Side front. Ooh.
Closest defender was like the next town over.
that was not good.
Jason Tatum 6 for 13. Horford now 7 for 16.
Giannis
Jaylen Brown's
going
4 for 7.
1-on-1.
Wow, Jaylen Brown actually held his ground there.
Yeah, he did. But here we are.
Baseline jumper for Giannis. No. Rebound to the Celtics.
And that's the shot he has to work on. That shot right there for him to be able to
Down by 8. Kyrie for 3. Nope.
Have a-
Rebound to Giannis.
that's the shot he has to make in order for him to have a more all-around game, Giannis. That mid-range game to where that play happens and that's just an automatic, like a Kevin Durant situation.
Bucks are 8 for 36 from 3. The Celtics are 7 for 37.
Oh my God. That's
This game
horrifying.
Hill layup good.
2004.
George Hill. Yikes. Not great.
Celtics have
Not great.
Celtics have 3 timeouts left, and they're going to have to use them they're going to use one right now. It's just to get guys fresh. They're exhausted.
Yeah. I mean, I'm exhausted just watching it.
I mean, they just let George Hill run right down the lane.
Wild. You want to pull another question there, Wilson?
I do. Out of our step back mug that you can get on swag.fansided.com.
As well as the step back t-shirt, step back poster, and that's it, because we don't have shirts here.
All right. And this hat.
No, you cannot get that on fansided.com.
That's an exclusive.
That's exclusive for employees only.
Actually, I think they give these away at Fansided meetups.
They do, the gold ones.
Does Boston, we kind of touched on this, but does Boston win the Anthony Davis sweepstakes?
Does Boston win the Anthony Davis sweepstakes? Well, I think they do because I continue to forget about Anthony Davis sweepstakes happening this summer.
Yeah.
And it makes me very excited for free agency because what other team is going to have a better deal for New Orleans than Boston?
I think it's going to be a sleeper team that somehow works out like a three.
Like Indiana or something.
Yeah, because think of the Kawhi situation. Like, no one really saw him going to Toronto and then out of nowhere.
Or the Paul George situation.
Right.
No one saw OKC's. You're right. That's
right.
true.
So I think with Anthony Davis, Anthony Davis has his list of teams that he wants to play for. If I'm the Pelicans, if I'm David Griffin, I'm absolutely I don't care. I'm getting the best deal that I can for you.
That's true. So then if we're talking
I don't owe anything to you.
If we're talking about sleeper teams, who do you think would be a sleeper team to trade for him? You know, my team would be the Kings.
It's a good one.
Just because
that's a good one.
I feel like they have a lot of assets now.
The Clippers.
The Clippers could do the same.
Gordon Hayward back in the game for the record as we get back to live action. Brown fade away in the lane. Banked it. No. Rebound Connaughton. There's some shots that the Celtics are shooting that are god-awful, but they're getting some good looks. Damn, Giannis. Oh, my.
My God.
Giannis
with the
spin move to the hole and throws down a two-hand dunk.
That was silky smooth. Jesus.
Kick out, Brown, open three. Good.
3 points for Jaylen Brown.
The Bucks are not respecting the Celtics three-point shot at all. Nor should they, but they are leaving guys wide open.
I mean, neither team should be respecting either's.
Why?
Look at that, 22% for Milwaukee, 21 for Boston.
I don't know. I'm still guarding Brook Lopez if he's along the arc. I think he can heat up at any time.
Yeah.
And if you're Boston, you can't give up another one of those right now.
Oh, I thought he was shooting that. Oh, man. Whoa. Okay, Brook Lopez.
Good roll to the rim.
Nice touch at the rim. Damn.
It was very strange. Middleton would let the ball roll on the inbounds pass. You're trying to run clock, but maybe he just wanted to have more time in the front court for the possession. Morris for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound's going to be off of Morris.
He pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah, that looked a little dirty to me.
Look at this.
They never replay the play that I want to see.
Yeah. That is just spin, get you here, and he just glides to the rim. He was nowhere near the rim and then just ended up there.
Yeah.
I don't.
He can take one dribble and go from one end of the court to the other without traveling, and it would be smooth.
There was a dunk in the regular season where he damn near took off from the free throw line.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Giannis to me actually reminds me of a bigger, taller, even more athletic, perhaps, Scottie Pippen.
Ooh, I like it.
This guy is just.
He can defend too.
It's the offense. The offensive game is not pretty, although that was pretty sweet.
Right, Giannis wants to put this one away.
Yeah, Giannis is like, I'm done. It's over. Take me out.
I'm done playing with you fools.
62 points in the game for Milwaukee, 40 for Boston. Well, 42 now with Kyrie's layup. 105-94 Boston, 2.5 minutes left in this one.
I love that it's only 8:18 for us. Gonna get out.
Oh, I know.
At a great time.
Giannis understands us. We want to shout out everyone who's been tuning in for the entire duration of this live stream. For all of you who were not able to get to a TV to watch, for you guys you don't have cable or whatever it is, we appreciate all of you guys tuning in to watch. We really appreciate it.
And
love the interaction.
Please.
Yes.
Mark Sr. with a dunk, 107-96. I'm trying to build some excitement for Boston with 2 minutes to go here. Damn it, they're only down 11. Come on, Boston.
Make sure you
got to pitch a shutout and score every time down.
There it is. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you is it subscribe or follow on Twitch? What do you do? Follow on Twitch.
Do the thing on Twitch.
Tatum down the lane. Oh, wow.
Let's do that Twitch.
Gets his shot blocked from behind. Tatum got his shot blocked from behind out of bounds by Eric Bledsoe, and then Tatum Oh, that's a foul.
That is
Yeah.
a foul. He got
all
all
of them.
hand.
Yeah.
He got smoked, but then if they continue to show the replay here, he reaches out at Bledsoe because he did not enjoy the contact right there. Little frustration shown from Jason Tatum. Celtics down by 11. I'm trying to figure if we can get some comments on trying to figure out a comp for Giannis. We've been doing it, but do people like the Scottie Pippen comp?
Yeah. If those in the comments, we've talked about it throughout the cast. Who do you think is a good comparison for Giannis? Mark says Scottie Pippen. Do you agree, or if not, offer another player?
We've tossed out Kevin Durant as the closest
Someone
size comparison, I guess.
Yeah.
Size and
I guess that's it.
agility.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Someone in the comments said a bigger, taller Elgin Baylor, which I thought was a pretty good comp.
I think there's a lot of comparisons where you could say, oh, a bigger, taller.
Yeah.
But that's what's so unique about him is that he is bigger and taller, and he's got the skill set of people who came in smaller packages.
Right.
Because usually you lose a lot of the skills when you are that size.
Yeah. Ooh.
Or have different skills.
Look at Brad Stevens. He's looked like he has no idea what he's going to do for the next game.
How do we feel about his job security at this point?
Oh, he's fine. I think he's fine. Again, with a lot of these coaches, like I was asking you about.
I'm so paranoid
on
after Dwayne
Philly's
Casey,
coach.
though.
Yeah, but I don't know. With Dwayne Casey, there were other options out there for them to get. Like, I don't know that there's slim pickings for me, at least. Someone compared him to LeBron James. All right. A taller James Worthy, Julio Soto says.
That's
James
not
Worthy.
bad.
That's good. Agent Beamster says Karl Malone, maybe?
But I mean, when you talk about James Worthy was a supremely adept post player.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that Giannis is that.
We got some Draymond comparisons.
That's disrespectful.
Big Ben Wallace says, I actually like the Scottie Pippen one.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. I like that you just
Well,
thought
if
of
it's
that on
Ben
the
Wallace
spot.
approved, then
Yeah.
for
Ben
me.
Wallace said it, so it's got to be true.
I mean, Scotty would get a rebound off the glass, take it down the other way, handle it just like Giannis is doing.
Yeah.
Scotty was incredibly unselfish. Scotty could guard everybody on the court. Scotty wasn't a great shooter, neither is Giannis. Giannis is just taller and stronger.
So Andrew's son likes to point out, which I appreciate you for reminding me of this. Paul Pierce said after game one, the series is over. You guys remember that? After Boston beat the brakes off of Milwaukee, Paul Pierce went on air and was like, this series is over. Dude, you're down 3-1 right now. I don't know, man. That's a terrible take.
Yeah, Paul Pierce is kind of the master of the bad take. And I appreciate that as somebody who picked the Celtics to win this series.
A lot of people that hate to be Paul Pierce right now. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't that level of stupid saying that the series was over after one game. But I was pumping on my chest. I told you the Celtics.
Yeah, that's true.
You called this
looking
one
great.
tonight, by the way.
James Sawyer said he reminds me of a more post-dominant version of Anthony Davis. He's definitely
That's
more...
interesting. Anthony Davis is not bad. Handles the ball way better than Anthony Davis.
Someone said Kevin Garnett.
He's not as smooth on he doesn't shoot as well as Anthony Davis. They're showing the Celtics bench right now. They look like they're going to absolutely just go to sleep for the next 3 months.
DJ Smith says strong like Karl Malone, but agile like Magic. I like that. The combination of...
I mean, think about that combination he just
we
laid
just-
up. I wouldn't totally agree, but that's a ridiculous combo.
Right?
I mean,
Can you imagine if that person existed?
That's what you have to do for Giannis. That's ridiculous.
Ooh.
Giannis shooting a 3, missing a 3, and there's 20 seconds left. Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Someone...
Senior is such. You know what? Marcus Morris, Senior, you've been an idiot all the way back to Kansas. You're being an idiot now.
Leaner version of Shaq with the three-point percentage because Shaq didn't have one, with the more polished skill set.
Oh, okay. He just wrapped up. That's fine. I take it back, Senior. No problem. You were just wrapping up Giannis to follow him.
Cloudman says Paul Pierce cursed this team. Unfortunately, kind of looks that way.
If you do believe in curses, this would be an accurate.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
How's the saying go? He cashed a check that they couldn't, or he what is it?
Wrote a check.
Writing
Wrote a
checks
check that they couldn't cash.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I was like, what is the saying? It's weird putting it out of context. Let's see. Paul Pierce jinxed it. Scottie Pippen with Shaq's bully ball game. Okay. Julius Erving, Russell Westbrook.
Julius Irving's not bad, although he doesn't jump like Julius and handles the ball a lot better. Al Horford for 3, 113-101, And I think the Celtics are
dribble this one
going to
out.
let the Bucks dribble it out, and that will do it. Milwaukee takes a 3-1 commanding lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Judging by the way the other series is going, well, it's at least going 6, probably going to go 7. So the Bucks are going to be very well rested going into that Eastern Conference final.
Yep.
They'll have home court. A lot of things looking very, very bright for a Milwaukee Bucks team and franchise that hasn't had this level of success in forever.
Which I think is, I mean, I know that I said that this game, that Milwaukee was going to win this game and everything, but I'm shocked that they are up 3-1 right now in Boston. I mean, absolutely floored that this is happening.
Well, you predicted it, though, before tonight's game.
I did.
And the Celtics played a very good game 3 for most of it, but fell apart late. That was at least tight. This one, it was tight at halftime, but once Giannis went out in the third quarter and Chris Middleton went out in the third quarter, and somehow the Bucks extended the lead, you knew the Celtics were in trouble, and that was it.
It says a lot about how deep the Bucks are, how many guys they can go to, just to say, go and do something good for us. Go extend this lead a little bit.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, we're impressed, Milwaukee.
Yeah, look at you. All the Bucks fans in the comments, y'all are going nuts.
39
Bucks in 5. Like, people are going wild.
Yeah, no duh. This thing looks over. 39 points, 16 rebounds for Giannis. He was 15 of 22 from the field. That's preposterous.
Woo.
Wow. 113-101 the final. Just real quick before we get out, here's just some of the stats.
Yes.
13 points for Middleton. He was 4 for 19. Bucks win easily. Wow. Bledsoe was 13, 6 of 12. 15 for George Hill. He was key off the bench tonight. Gave him a huge lift. The Bucks bench was awesome tonight. Plus 15 for Hill. Plus 22 for Connaughton. Plus 11 for Sterling Brown. Plus 10 for Ilyasova. Big time.
Ilyasova getting big minutes.
And conversely for the Celtics, Kyrie was 7 for 22 in 44 minutes. He's got to be puking. The bench was awful. Marcus Smart 1 for 7. Rozier's 1 for 5. Gordon Hayward was 1 for 5. I'll do the math for you there. That is 3 for 17 off the bench for the Bucks. That's atrocious. Al Horford was 8 of 16, had 20. But he was minus 14 tonight. And bottom line, nobody they just couldn't do anything with Giannis.
Yeah, no.
I mean, end of the day.
And it'll be very interesting to go to, going forward, watching who is going to stop Giannis. Like, even when we get to the finals, who on the Warriors is going to be tasked with guarding Giannis? I know it's probably going to be KD. That is a hell of a matchup I want to watch.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Two lanky guys going at each other.
Right? Just knocking knees, because that's what usually happens, because they're the same height. Well, we want to thank everyone who has tuned in throughout the entire of the broadcast. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, hit the alert button so that you are aware whenever we are doing a live stream, which will be every week until the playoffs are over pretty much. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, Josh Wilson FS, at the Carm, Jasmyn Wimbish. Anything else?
At the Carm.
At Jasmyn Wimbish. Also, listen to the On the Mark with Mark Carman podcast. He just put up a new episode this Monday or today.
You can find it on what?
You can find it on Spreaker.com. You can find it on iTunes.
On iTunes.
Just type on your phone On the Mark
with Mark Carman.
It'll pop up. Today's episode featuring
Richard Jefferson. He was awesome.
Yeah,
it's a good listen. I highly recommend.
Richard Jefferson gave some insight on where Kevin Durant should go, what he should do this offseason. We'll definitely give it a listen.
Spicy.
With a drop of my love life in there, too. It's amazing.
Okay.
Everybody, thanks for watching. Jasmyn, Josh, Richard!
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Our lovely producer, Richard!
At Richard Grantee on Facebook. I mean, on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Thank you very much. Social media gets very confusing. We will see you next time. Congrats to Milwaukee. Game 5 is Wednesday night.